Hey guys, what's up? Welcome. It's your girl Vero G. Tuning to the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show with your host, Vero G. We got an amazing show for you guys today. We got a new location, by the way. Big shout out for our amazing team here. And I don't want to say, I'll leave a disclosure for now, but big shout out to the amazing community that embraced us. And now we have our new official co-signed to an amazing office and space we're using the show at now as we speak. We'll also use different locations, but for now we're here in another location we should use. But again, I'm honored to just announce that briefly on here before we continue on with this show. Quickly before we start, guys, check out the QR code on here on the show. You see it there on the screen. You're more than welcome to support any way possible. So definitely go check that out if you guys get a chance. And yeah, said and done with that. So definitely. All right, guys. So before that, let me take this out. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me double check. All right, guys. So sorry for that. No, that I was like, oh man. All right, guys. I'm sorry. All right. So let's start the show. Usually, how we do the announcements on here. We got a couple of announcements, not too many, so we're gonna start that. And before we continue, I've got an amazing guest coming in a little bit. He is an Emmy-nominated artist. He's a producer and also a radio innovator, and his name is he's go by the name of Ant Taylor. I had the opportunity to be on his show, and I'm honored to have him on the show in a little bit. So stay tuned for that when that's said and done. So let's get right into announcements on the show. Hold on, guys. I'm still working out the kinks with this laptop. So I'm usually doing the computer, so it's weird doing it this way, right? All right, guys, let's get into announcements.
Here, you're watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show, and it is part of the announcement segment. So definitely come check out updates and much more.
All right, thank you, Bob. Appreciate that very much so, as they say. All right, so let's get right quickly into announcements on here before we get to the next segment. As you guys know, briefly, because I wanted to give you guys more than scoop on here, as they say. Yes, so we're having our upcoming event for, as you guys know, I talked about last week on the show, but I'll talk it again. We're going to be celebrating with Jason Murillo for a celebration for making it on the ballot. As you guys know, with that said and done, it'll be on June 21st. That's here in Louisiana, or East Village, as they call it. Our information is on the flyer. If you'd like to definitely come through and support, you're more welcome to contact me on my Instagram, which is @officialverog, or you could just definitely follow me. If you have a Facebook, you can also contact me there as well. So with that said, definitely go check them out there. All information is on the flyer. If you have more inquisitive questions about that, you could contact me on my social media. Again, my Instagram is @officialverog, or my Facebook, as you guys know where it's at. So yeah. But again, it's all free entry, free food. If you want to donate, contribution, it is also possible. If you'd like to contribute to his campaign, you're more than welcome to do so in person or live. Actually, it has a QR code. If you guys see it on the screen, there's a QR code right there. You could definitely go check that out with that in mind. So definitely appreciate that if you guys get a chance to. All right, so let's see what's next on announcements on here. Let's see. Also, guys, quickly, you could check our website, which is www.WhosNextNYC.com, and we play radio, which we have been playing all independent artists out there 24/7. All types of genres of music, from hip hop, pop, R&B. The list goes on. Definitely go check that out. And we also have submissions available now. If any artists would like to, artists would like to definitely have their music played, let me know. We could definitely work that out and have you on our station, which is on 24 hours, 7 days a week. Yes. Last but not least, like burps keep coming up. Announcements on here. I just want to announce quickly on the show. You can check out also my latest album, which is up there for a while, since last year. It's called Brand New Me, and definitely go check that out on digital platforms. You already know Deezer, Tidal, Music, Apple Music, forgive me, Deezer, iTunes, Tidal. Oh God, the list goes on. Please just check it out. It's called Brand New Me. Support it. I appreciate those who've been supporting as well. Also, I want to put another big announcement on here. I think I mentioned last time on the show, but I'll mention again as well. Again, a big shout out to FIIAS, I believe. I have been the final nominees to Outstanding Entertainer of the Year. So I officially am going to the award show in November. I'm super excited. So I want to let you guys know about that as well. And hope to see you guys there soon as well as we speak. So you guys already know. So yeah, that was it for announcements. Let's get into the other one here. This is hold on 1 second, guys. Yeah, like I said, I'm used to the computer, so it's kind of wacky with this whole situation with this laptop. So forgive me, I'm a little bit delayed today because usually I'm on point with myself. So it's a little bit weird. It's a bit weird, guys. All right. So with that said, let's get into quickly on breaking news. I think we got a guest on the show right now, so give us a few minutes. Let's talk quickly on breaking news, and we'll get our guest on here in a few minutes. So let's get into one of my favorite parts of the show. You guys know, which is called breaking news, right? So let's get away. Take it away. All right, breaking news, everybody. Breaking news. So let's get right into it because this has been an interesting situation at hand. So let's get right into the first story, which is very heartbreaking, and I want us to give it the full detail of this unfortunate situation that happened in the Bronx. So this young boy, may God rest his soul, he was a 2-year-old young boy who unfortunately was plunged into the Bronx River in the Bronx by his father. And let me give you more information on this because I had to get my notes together for that. To give you more of depth what had happened. So let me read it to you guys because it's a lot. It's a lot. When I saw this, I wanted to cry because I have a kid. I have a son, and I'm like, I just can't. I'm sorry. It's just too much. It's too much. All right. So here's the information on here on this case. So it states here, father charged in death of boy 2 years old found in river under the New York City bridge. Now, it states here the father of a 2-year-old boy whose body was discovered this week in New York City's East River was charged with his son's murder on Wednesday. The police said the father, Iris Williams, who's 20 years old, was the last person known to have been with his son, Montreal Williams, who had been reported missing for a month. The police said Mr. Williams was arrested and jailed on Monday morning after failing to appear last month at a family court hearing about the whereabouts of his son. According to Correction Department records, he was arraigned on Thursday night in the Bronx Criminal Court. On the murder charge and on other complaint accusing him of it's called brandishing. I never heard it before. A knife and a threatening Contro's mother. Mr. Williams, who had been on the Rikers Island jail complex since his arrest, was ordered held without bail, according to the Bronx District Attorney's Office. On Wednesday, after several days of searching, police department river divers, pulled the boy's body from the water under the White Stone Bridge, which connects the Bronx and Queens, police said. Divers had been searching the waterways in the area for evidence of his body since Monday night. The cause and manner of the boy's death are still being investigated, and an autopsy is scheduled for Thursday. According to a spokeswoman for the city medical examiner, the discovery of Montreal's body and the charges against Mr. Williams come on a month after the boy was last seen by the family on May 10th. That's what the police stated. According to the criminal complaint, Mr. Williams approached the Bronx River just before midnight, where the body or the Brickner Expressway. So I'm a little tired, guys. Brickner Expressway, Bronx, crosses Bronx River Avenue and threw his 2-year-old son into the water, causing his death. Oh my God. The police obtained video footage of Mr. Williams tossing a bag into the Bronx River, which they believe to contain the boy's body. According to 4 law enforcement officials with a knowledge of the matter. Then on Sunday, Sierra Caro, Montreal's mother, encountered Mr. Williams by chance in the Bronx, where they both live, according to the police and the second complaint. During the encounter, Mrs. Caro told the police she asked Mr. Williams where their son was. Mr. Williams pulled out a knife, pointed at her, and using obscenities and slurs, told her he had thrown Montreal in the river, according to the complaint. Oh my goodness. Montreal's death follows the death of another child, King Davis, a 3-year-old boy whose body was abandoned by his mother and her boyfriend in a hospital in Brooklyn. No charges have been filed in King's death, but reporting from the New York Times revealing that the boy was abused months before he died and that there were several missed chances, including some by law enforcement officials and family members, to intervene. Oh my goodness, Lord. I don't know how you guys feel about this. The chat option is available or open now if you have anything to say about this case. It's just unfortunate of this matter of this young little boy's life taken by his own father. And I hope justice gets served well. That's all I have to say with that. Now, this other situation was really, I couldn't believe this because this just happened, I think, this week or a couple of days ago, But it's just unfortunate how this happened. Just want to update you guys on this because this actually happened, I think, a couple of days ago at Air India. There were families and friends were traveling to India, and unfortunately, the plane crashed. And there's only one sole survivor out of this plane, which is a miracle itself, as they say. So let me give you guys the information. What now? I'm gonna get the notes to you guys so you guys can understand more detail what had happened of this whole ordeal or situation as it is. So let me get that for you guys right now. Hold on. Okay. Uh, yeah. Okay, so let me give you information for you guys. So there's an investigation on the way as to what caused an Air India airliner carrying 230 passengers and 12 crew members to crash. Shortly after takeoff on Thursday, both black boxes of the aircraft have been found on Friday, an Indian official confirmed to ABC News. The boxes, with one being damaged by recoverable, will be investigated in India. The boxes with one being damaged by recoverable will be investigated in India, and U.S. investigators are expected to arrive on Sunday. Shriv GVG Yanwar, I can't say his name, forgive me, Director General of India Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau said the plane, a BON 7878 Dreamliner, was en route to the United Kingdom and crashed into a building in India's Mangarhander area. I believe it's, I'm going to check it out right, near, I can't say this word, Amahara Airport, leaving 246 dead and at least one surviving passenger. Local officials and the airline said Boeing's Dreamliner planes have not previously been involved in any incident where passenger fatalities were reported. The flight, which departed from Amsterdam at 13:38 hours, was carrying 242 passengers and crew members on board, and the Boeing 787-8 aircraft. The airline said in a statement on social media of these 163 are Indian nationals, 53 are British nationals, one Canadian, forgive me, national, and 7 Portuguese nationals. The victims include 241 passengers and crew members, as well as 5 medical students who were inside a medical college and hospital. The aircraft crashed into the, according to the hospital officials. Many others inside the building were injured, some seriously, and are receiving treatment, hospital special officials said. The civil hospital confirmed to ABC News on Thursday that Wifka, I can't even say his name right, forgive me, Washmin, one of the passengers on the down Air India flight, is alive and hospitalized there. Everything, that's what he's stating, quote unquote, everything happened in front of my eyes. I thought I would die. Ramsey told NDTV in an exclusive TV interview on Friday. The side where I was seated fell into the ground floor on the building. There was some space. When the door broke, I saw that space and I just jumped out. Officials earlier said no survivors have been expected in the crash. The process of retrieving the bodies of victims is almost complete, and DNA profiling of the family members of victims will be done very soon, according to the Indian Home Minister Amit Shah. There were around 125,000 liters of fuel inside the aircraft, with temperatures so high that there were normally opportunity to rescue the passengers, Siha said. The Indian Director General of Civil Aviation said the plane fell on the ground outside the airport perimeter. Immediately after it departed from the airport, video from the site appeared to show the jet disappear below the tree line, which was followed seconds later by a ball of fire and a thick plume of gray smoke. The tragedy in Hamad has stunned and saddened us, Indian Prime Minister said in a statement on social media on Thursday. It is heartbreaking beyond words. In this sad hour, my thoughts are with everyone affected by it. Air India announced it would organize 2 relief flights, one each from Delhi and Mumbai to Alhama for the next kind of passengers and Air Indian staff. This is a lot of work, guys. This is a lot of, I can't pronounce some of these, forgive me. Air India announced it will be organized 2 relief. Oh yeah, I just said that already, Jesus. See, double check. Tata Group, an Indian multinational conglomerate of companies that owns Air India, said they will provide families of each person who has lost their life in the crash with one crore, about $116,000, and will also cover the medical expenses of those injured. That's what it says here. Interesting. Can't make this up. That was it for breaking news. One more time for one more spin of news here for breaking news. So you guys know quickly about this whole situation about the LA riots for the ICE immigration. It's a whole mess to this. I'll make it short and sweet because I want my guests to be waiting. So give me 1 second, guys. But yeah, this whole situation with the immigration. How do you guys feel about that? The immigration thing was going on right now, with ICE and how the Mexican community is fighting back. And I mean, I understand their point of view, but at the same time, it's, it's a lot of back and forth going on here with that said. So you guys already know. So let's see about quick information, because there's a lot of receipts I have here on this. All right, so, this is somebody else, sorry. Wrong one. All right, so let's see what we got here right now. One second. Okay, so starting from here, because it's a lot. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm going to try to sum this up because it's a lot of work here. All right, so it says here, protests over federal immigration enforcement raids and President Donald Trump's move to mobilize the National Guards and Marines in Los Angeles are spreading nationwide. They are expected to continue overnight and into the weekend. While many demonstrators against the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency have been peaceful with marches, chanting slogans and carrying signs, others have led to crashes with police, hundreds of arrests, and the use of chemical irons to disperse crowds. Quickly, LA curfew. Mayor Karen Bass has implemented a curfew for downtown neighborhoods from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. PDT time. She said officials would consider lifting the crew if there were any fewer arrests after Wednesday night. The dozens of mayors from across the Los Angeles region banded together Wednesday to demand that the Trump administration stop the step-up immigration raids that have sparked these protests and spread fear across the cities. About 500 of the National Guard troops deployed to the Los Angeles protests have been trained to accompany agents on immigration raids, the commander in charge said Wednesday. And while some troops have already gone on such missions, he says it's too early to determine. It's conceivable to continue even after the protest dies down. Now, stays here roughly 45 minutes after the curfew took down downtown LA appears fairly quiet in departure from the last few evenings. There are no signs of Marines or National Guard members. This is back-to-back information, guys. In Seattle, hundreds of protesters gathered at a rally in a park in the city's Capitol Hill neighborhood before starting to march downward to at dusk approach. No police were visible at the rally, which got underway peacefully. States here saying to a curfew already. Told you guys already about that. Yeah. So another one says here, a protester was dancing to La Cocarana. It's an old Spanish Mexican song, Chicharana, or what you call that. Anyway, says here, a popular Mexican song while waving flags at Honduras and El Salvador. A few steps away, a line of police stood with their hands on their guns and batons. One officer cracked a slight smile, prompting cheers from the group. So just to sum up, it's so much right now. I'm not going to get too much. I don't want to bore you guys with this information. But to sum up the whole situation at hand with this, the immigration protests and all that said and done, it's fortunate, it has to happen because, they're trying to make a statement. I understand their proposition. But at the same time, it's like, listen, you're doing things one way. And at the same time, you have to understand it's illegal immigration that's Trump is trying to stop because things by protocol proceeds and that stuff. So it's understandable, but at the same time, it's very frustrating at hand with this whole situation. Again, the chat is open, guys. If you don't have anything to say about any of the topics I talk about here, you're more than welcome to definitely have a hand on that and the chat option as below here. So with that said, let's say we have our amazing guest for today. I hope he's on here. I know he's been waiting patiently. I just want to make sure he's here. Yes, he is. Good. I'll make sure. So listen, further ado, we're going to take a break from the other segments we do because we have our guests on now. Thank you for being patient because I'm in a new office. I had to organize everything, so it's been a little chaotic for me. All right. With that said, let's have our amazing guest on here. He's an amazing person. I'm honored to be on the show, which is like last week or I think this week or so. The Ant Taylor Show. It was great to just, he's a great person. Just met him on social media. He's a phenomenal person. So furthermore, I want to give him his flowers. He gave me my flowers, as they say. Yes, I have to get my notes ready for this one. So yes, I'm honored to introduce you guys. First time honored, Vero G Spotlight Radio Show here with your host Vero G, and I'm truly honored to even have him on the show and to talk of all the things he's doing. Forgive me, I'm trying to get the notes here, guys. I'm like multitasking here because usually I have everything organized. But again, we're in a new space, so we got to get this all put together as he said and done. You guys already know. Yeah, so without further ado, I'm just honored to have him on here on the show. Let's get him on here, guys. Yes, the one, the only Ant Taylor in the building. Welcome.
Hello. Yo, how you doing?
Doing good. Welcome to be on the show. Feels weird, right?
Hey, thanks for happening. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're very
Really nice to
welcome.
be here. Really nice to see your show. I like the setup. You know
Thank
what I mean?
you.
And big ups to everybody out there. And I'm just happy to be here. And another day that I can live, talk, and breathe is a great day. You know what I mean?
Amen to that. You already know. Listen, I'm excited. You're excited. Are you ready?
Yeah, you know what? I am. I am very ready to speak with you and just have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yes, you already know. You already know. So I was trying to say, let's just loose. Listen, you could curse here. You can say whatever you want. There's nothing against on you. So you already know.
Yeah, you know what? That's a little change for me because I can't. I'm kind of restricted. My hands is tied. Um, you know what I mean, on the curse words. So here I can actually say the word damn and not be okay with it, right? So that's good.
Exactly. Be like, hold on now.
Yeah. You know, I mean, some of the words are like I be wanting to say and I can't even say it, but now thanks to you, I've been unchained. You know what I mean?
I
And
am honored.
I prepared a special list here. Fuck, shit, damn it, bitch, cocksucker. So I'm gonna save some of this list. I just got a few things. It's double sided too, by the way.
Oh, this is perfect. Listen, we got time, so go
Mhm.
ahead.
Bitch ass. Oh, this is a dumb
Oh my
ass
God.
motherfucker. That's a compound one. That's a triple compound thing. So they all
That's
right here.
all
You know
one.
what I mean?
Oh my
Some of
God,
these
son.
I can't say, but I mean, I'd like to say some of these things, but I'm not gonna put my list away here. But I was able to get those out and get that out and open, and it feels real good. You know what I mean? To say these things. You know what I mean? You got any words you want to say?
Listen, I think I said too much words earlier today. This is my form of therapy, so I just let you guys take it out from that.
Oh, there it is. Anybody out there got some words to say? Just chime in. You know what I mean? Because I love me a good. You know what I mean? I wish I could say it that way, but I can't.
Wait, what was that? A soundbite?
Yeah. You know me. I come equipped.
No, I
You know
love
what I
that.
mean? But I got this Bluetooth soundbite thing where I can move my mouth and I can be like, and it'll say it right along with me. You know what I mean? So people don't even know how I do it. They be like, I'll be like walking down the street, and if I move my mouth the wrong way,
Right.
that will come out. You know what I mean? Because it's synchronous. You know what I mean?
Good
That
timing though. I love that. I never seen something like that before. Yeah.
yeah, I mean I could be like, oh my God. You know what I mean? And it's just all in the mouth movement, you know what I mean? And you know, if you move your mouth properly,
Right.
it triggers the sound bite. You know what I mean? So I mean, you know, bruh. You see that? You see that? Bruh. So, anyways,
You gotta teach me that because I'm trying to figure that out.
yeah. It's real tricky. It's tricky, but eventually, you know what I mean. You'll catch on, and you'll be like, oh, okay. I mean, I could even give you a look, and then you know what I mean.
Imagine
There it
doing it on the
is.
train. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like it's like when you go eat somewhere and you don't want people to order drinks because you know it's running up the bill. I don't even want no $4 soda. You see that? You get that check. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Now
So
imagine
I'm
having
like,
those sound bites in sex. That'd be hilarious.
oh, wouldn't that be? Wouldn't that be? That'd be
Yeah.
like, you know what, baby? That was like,
I'm done with
you know
you.
what I mean? Hey, anybody who get that from me, you know what I mean? They man, they on a whole new world. You know what I mean? We talking to, you know what I mean? So
Oh my
but
God. I can go on and on about this.
yeah. I mean, sound bites is like, well, I done heard some things. I done heard like after like 2 minutes, I'll be
Really, nigga?
oh, we don't want to say that one. I'm sorry.
No,
But
go ahead.
you know
Speak
what I'm
your
saying?
mind.
That's some of the things that might happen. Or, you know, what men do, they call the apology phase when things just happen too quick. The chicks be like,
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You're like, oh, let me try to recharge it.
I mean, you know, I mean, when something happens too fast, it's just, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. And I'll be like, if you smart, you blame the person.
Oh,
yeah, you
God.
blame the person you with. You say, man, you was just that good. You know what I mean? This is your fault. You know what I mean? You know, that's it. So yeah, I mean, you know, sound. I mean, there are some natural sound bites. You know what I mean? Like that. Remember that song with the bed springs
Oh
when
my
it come
God.
on and like, churn.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's a built-in sound bite. You know what I mean? So you know, especially if your bed, you know, makes that kind of noise or got springs.
Mine's just like flat.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can, you know what I mean, if you can imitate those sounds anymore. But I know somebody was pregnant after that experience. I will say that much.
Oh, yeah. Like that must
ain't no other way.
Yeah, exactly.
If the springs is doing all that, the springs is telling the story.
Yes,
So,
you know how that guy, you know, quickly, you know that guy with like, when everybody's like, oh, you're joking, he's like this. It's just that moment, you're like, yeah, something happened.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
you know, after you've done all the safeguards, you move the headboard against the wall because you don't want that sound effect. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then the worst thing I think a woman can happen is that it's that good groove and you're hearing this noise like that, right? And then you hear this. It's like, so it's going, right? It's consistent. Then you hear, you know somebody lost their way. Shit's over. Party is over. Come back next time. Because I done lost my rhythm. And if I lose my rhythm, you know, that's it. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? Game over. Game over. Everything is good while the rhythm is good. It's like, oh shit, we finally getting something going. Then all of a sudden, it's like, uh-oh. You know what I mean? So
You better do comedy, man. You are natural in it.
Yeah, you know what?
You are natural in it.
I've been laughed at, but never paid for it. You know what I mean? So I mean, you know, I've shown up places and just walked in. What's that?
No, I said, why not? You should.
Yeah, you never know. You know what I mean? You might see the Aunt Taylor tour where I'm out there just touring, come out there showing my teeth. You know what I mean? And come on and talk to the people and see what it's about, hum a tune, you know what I mean? And, you know, that's it. You're crazy. This is one way to start off an interview. I ain't gonna be getting no more awards.
Right?
You mentioned I'm Emmy-nominated. I ain't getting nominated for shit else after this. I know that much. They say, keep that you over there. Shit. Say we heard his voice. We didn't know he was one of them. You know what I mean? He come on there and go bring it. I got the nerve to bring his black ass over here and think he gonna get something else after this. We're not giving no more awards to him. He had us tricked. They called me up on the phone. Is this Anthony Taylor? I'd be like, yes, it is. Hi, how are you? They'd be like, oh, well, we have this exciting opportunity and award for you. We've just nominated you for 3 Emmys. Aren't you excited? Oh, I most certainly am excited about the whole situation. Then when they see my black ass walk in, they're like, goddamn, well, where's Mr. Taylor at? Sir, excuse me, where's Mr. Taylor? That would be I. So yeah, so that's you know.
Oh my God.
It's only 2 times I throw that voice on is when the police pull me over. Oh, how you doing, officer?
Oh my God.
Or Well, it's the bill collector. The bill
No.
collector. Yeah, may I speak to Anthony Taylor, please? Mr. Taylor is not here. This is his assistant, Brad. Actually, I'm his lover.
Oh my God, no.
And he's resting right now.
Conversation?
Anthony's resting. Would you like to leave me a message to tell him? So people want to get out fast when they think you're on the air. So it's like, yeah, oh, you know what? You sound a little bit handsome. Are you? You know what I mean? They be like the bill collector, like, oh shit.
Right. This is crazy. I love it though.
Like, shit, I ain't trying to collect no bill no more. Now come on, come get yours. I'll pay you in full. You want to get paid? Do you want check, deposit, cash, or physicalities? So, no, you know, I want to one day get into doing some comical stuff. There's a guy on my show named Tony Jazzo, and he's funny. He does a lot of funny stuff on the show. He's in and out on the show, so if you don't listen to the show regularly, you might miss him. But when he comes on,
I did hear it.
Yeah,
yes,
he's pretty.
Yes.
He's amazing. He's an amazing funny talent. He says some shit that's funny. Sometimes he says some words that don't exist, and we have a ball. You know what I mean? He'll make up a word and go with it. You kind of understand where you're coming from, but he's dude is funny as hell. So he and I are gonna do some more comical stuff as we continue to shape this show and you know, and find its place where it belongs. You know what I mean?
I love that. Well put together. I love that. While we continue on, you gave me my flowers as you did the opening for your show, so I'm gonna give you your flowers.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes, you already know. I mean, you opened it up pretty well, so people gonna be like, "Oh yeah." So, but furthermore, I want to give you guys the official opening for this amazing gentleman. He is an amazing person. He is an Emmy-nominated artist, producer, and radio innovator. Also, like I said, he's a powerhouse, a creative powerhouse, who contributes to music, to film, and radio, and has left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. An Emmy nominated, I just mentioned already, to every project with music, talent, and radio. Prior to that, whether he's creating dynamic tracks, captivating audiences on the airwaves, or telling compelling stories through film. In music, Ant Taylor, which I checked out music, by the way, I loved it. I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes.
Thank you.
You already know. He excels as a rapper and a producer, crafting songs that combine heartfelt lyricism, hope I said it correctly, and with cutting-edge production. His ability to channel personal experiences into his music has made him a standout figure in the hip-hop world, while his versatile skills as a producer has earned him a widespread respect within the industry. Over 20 years of production and songwriting and recording. Ant's impact on radio is equally profound. As a host, he creates a vibrant space for discussions on hip-hop culture, relationships, and music production, offering insights that resonate with listeners and artists alike. Wait, there's more. Yes, there's more. I have to give flowers. Though his platform is to dedicate to amplifying emerging talent and connecting them with audiences in an intimate and meaningful way, his station is a vital hub for discovering fresh sounds and providing artists with a chance to shine. Which, thank you, by the way. In film, Ant's Emmy-nominated work reflects on his unique ability to tell stories that inspire and entertain. Whether producing or collaborating on creative projects, he brings a visionary perspective that has garnered critical acclaim and captivated viewers. Beyond his professional achievements, Ant's presence in social media has become a magnet for fans. That's right. On TikTok, his mix of comedy, I told you that, music tips. I'm tired right now.
Rib tips. Rib tips and briskets. You see a black man, you immediately think I got a beef brisket over here. I do got a beef brisket.
Let's start with the stop bites. All right. Music tips, I meant to say. And storytelling showcases. Right. Okay. His dynamic personality and knack for engaging content, from hilarious skits to insightful advice and keeps his audience entertained while sharing his wealth of knowledge. Ant Taylor is a trailblazer in modern entertainment, constantly pushing boundaries and elevating voices through his music, film, keep going. Yes. Make sure I got it right. Okay, right. All right, music, film, and radio endeavors. Welcome to Ant Taylor in the building.
It's me, and I'm giving myself my own horns. Hey, thank you. That was nice. That was nice. You said, yeah, I heard the voice of a million people through one. I appreciate you so much for that. That was so nice of you to say and read. Ladies and gentlemen, I wrote all that. Let me stop. But
I give you the credit for it.
Hey, I appreciate that. Oh that was such a nice retrospect. I don't even know if that's the right word, but that's a nice thing to say about me, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Interestingly enough, when you were on my show, and I did get a couple of nice comments on your appearance. I didn't want to tell you that I didn't share them with you, but some people did like it and told me they enjoyed it. Not one person said they didn't, so that's great. Too bad they didn't hear the conversation we had after the show, because that was the one that should have went on. But I know I would be getting kicked off radio stations left and right if we were aired that. So, but thank you for having me on so I can be me. You know what I mean? So
definitely. That's what you have after hours. Free. Don't worry about it.
I know. I'm already liberated. You guys see me right now. I'm sitting down. I'm not gonna stand up because I only got on the shirt. And let me tell you.
That's fine. That's fine. Me too. So we're good.
Okay, there it is. So
I don't want to scare nobody.
Yeah, but I got my belly button sticks out. That's the problem. I got an Audi belly button. And just in case anybody ever wants to know what one look like, I'll send you my OnlyFans and you can see my belly button.
Or that'll be another time. I won't tell everybody else how it looks.
Yeah, no, I guess. So that's a whole. Hang on a second. My dog wants to say hello. Get out of here. So this is. Hey, let me see if he'll come over. He doesn't listen to me. Hey, Russell, come. Russell. Aww. I knew he wouldn't come. So he's over there looking away. He's like, I call his name. He looks left. I say, Russell. He goes, like, you know what I mean? If I got a piece of meat, if I got a snack in my hand, he like, you talking to me? Okay, I'll be right there. Here I come. Yeah. So yeah, this is fun. This is exciting. Despite all of the things that are going on in this world that make it harder for us to have a laugh, I appreciate being able to get together with people and have a laugh. And also, we do realize that things are happening out there more and more, it seems, that are putting people in worse situations and things that need attention. And we don't want to forget about those people. And we stand in solidarity with them. And, you know, that's that is my standpoint. And, you know, and on my show, I don't get, I don't call it political, some of the things I talk about, but I am community based. So I do mention what's going on in, you know, California is my state. So like what's going on in Los Angeles, you know what I mean? I talk about it. And what's going on around the world, I talk about it. And some of the stations may not like it, and I understand, but I'm gonna do me, you know what I mean? And, you know, that's necessarily end on that story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I do want to add to that what you just mentioned about because I was just talking about that in the breaking news about the LA riots and that. Right. Yeah. So how because you're actually in California right now. So yes. How do you personally see what's going on in person? With
so yesterday I went to get my hair cut, and two of the gentlemen. I know. Two of the gentlemen were saying. They were saying that ICE had been in a neighboring city. ICE was in the neighboring city, and they were, you know, doing whatever they do, and they were visibly shaken by it. You know what I mean? They were shaken by it, and I'm like, I can see how this affects people close and far away from me. You know what I mean? And something does need to happen to fix this, where we can respect human rights and have human decencies, and still find a common solution that It can happen. It's just that people have to want it to happen. You know what I mean? And the work has to be constant. It can't be when the president wins, they stop everything. They start working on other things. They start working on things that matter. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest problem. It's like when we get it, somebody come in and say, well, I'm gonna fix this, I'm gonna fix that, and then they do nothing because everybody is thinking in their head, okay, well, we got the guy or girl we want in office. They're gonna fix it, so we're gonna trust they're gonna fix it. And these people do nothing. The people, from the top to the bottom, they just waste time. And this is how we get to a scenario like we're in right now, where we get another person comes in office and they start doing things that appear to be completely drastic because nobody else was doing nothing the whole other time. And then when they do anything, right or wrong, it's drastic. So,
Yeah, I just want to just to throw a question. So someone next to me, big shout out to Mildred, she's next to me right now. She's on the screen, but she's next to me. Okay. She's just tuning in. She's like the audience today. So she's which I don't really guess. It's the first time. No, but she has a question. We want to ask him.
How do you feel about our president using our military against its United States citizens?
So that should never happen. Military,
of course,
they're trained for military scenarios and situations. They're not. Okay, so we can break this down. We can keep it on the most minor thing. You know how they say you don't bring rocks to a gunfight? Well, you don't bring gunfights to where people are rocks.
Exactly.
And also, it's just not necessary because it's you're trying to bully people. You're trying and you're using people who don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Because these same people who are. What do you think these military people are coming from? They're a lot of them probably are right from the same area, and some of the people that they're having to now do these things to are people that they know, are the communities they know of, and they know what's wrong, but they do it because the president says. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the military hit the street, but just the threat of it alone is pretty rough. Yeah. So
they are using.
So with the National Guard, if we say National Guard, I believe that the governor and the president should have worked something out to stop law. I don't support lawlessness at any level because I don't want people or myself or my kid or anybody out there tearing up property.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So that right there is debatable to me. It's like some people say, hey, you know what? The governor should have called the National Guard in and not the president. Maybe not. But you got to give the police a chance to do their job first. The police they weren't overrun. They can handle what they can handle, and you got to let them.
But the president authorized it, and even the governor of New Jersey is complaining about it.
Yeah,
because he feels violated. Because what's the sense of having a title and the president comes and violates your position?
So
the governor.
So what you're saying is very true. That was a political thing. It wasn't that Trump was afraid that Los Angeles was going to go down in flames. He wanted to embarrass our governor here in California. He wanted to say, look, your guy is not doing anything. I'll do it. And it's kind of backfiring on him right now. So I don't think that he did that with the best intentions. And I think that,
Yeah.
So,
it's really sad that instead of allowing the people to voice and vent, they're not destroying, they're not doing anything but standing around demonstrating. They're not hurting anyone. They're just trying to get their voices across. And instead of allowing it, now they want to violate us by eliminating the constitutional right of speech.
And more.
So
yeah, and more.
Yeah, but don't you feel like if it's coming, it's around the corner from it coming to us, the police state and control? That's how it felt when we saw the military coming into the demonstration, to the point that a reporter got even hurt with one of the rubber bullets.
Right.
That's
Right.
sinful.
I agree. So my biggest point of contention and anger is what's happening now, yes, but what didn't happen before. It's like we have all these years, no matter who the president was, to properly set up a system so it would never have gotten to this. But every time it's always ignored and pushed to the side. And now
But if you remember,
I'm sorry?
if you remember, Biden gave the green light for all these migrants to leave through the front door. They didn't come from the back.
Right.
So why would they be penalized in the way that they're doing it right now? I think it's so not fair, because you gave them, you're allowing them to see their dream come true, to leave their country because it's the violence and the abuse, the government abuse in their country. So they're leaving with the intent of finding a better place for their family. And they're here a short while, the president loses his position, and look at the chaos that comes afterwards. That's not fair to humans. And then no one is connecting the dots with the billions of dollars that have been taken out. Who's following the money? Who's the oversight person? Is what I would like to know.
I'm not.
Why aren't they following?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but
There'll be a part two next time. This is good stuff, guys. By the way, good stuff. We need to.
The government is essentially like this coin I have here, right? But both sides of the coin are the same. So we have to understand this. The government has to work together positively and not negatively. Yeah.
Exactly.
And this is what's been happening. We get Joe Biden, who does something that people might want for his constituents and for people and for human, for human beings. And then we get another guy with an agenda that he wants something different. But what should have happened is while Joe Biden was in office, they should have had some kind of agreements ahead of time with the same people that are supporting Trump right now. It's just not enough movement. There's never enough movement. There's always a person gets to a certain position and they stop. They stop.
Exactly.
But
that's the sad part, because we, the people, have the power, and we, the people, are the majority, and we, the people, can make drastic changes. But we collectively have to come together under one umbrella, okay? Because if we don't, this will become a Marshall's, or rather, what is it that they call it?
Martial law?
When, like a third world country, okay? And I don't mean financially, I mean the people in government that wants to control your every move, like in China, their AIs know you. As soon as you look up, they can spot you, give your whole history just by you looking into their camera.
Yeah.
The police state.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. So
we can never.
What do we
call
do?
Ourselves,
Here's a question I have for you. What do we do besides talk about it? A lot of us talk about things. This
is one of the reasons why. Yeah, but this is why I'm stressing unity. Okay, because the strength comes in the number of people that come together to make drastic changes. Unless we all come together, and it has to be under the umbrella, we the people. That's when changes starts coming and falling into place, because we are taxpayers. We pay more taxes than the rich people because we don't know the loopholes that they find. So is it fair the way they treat, especially the most vulnerable? Look how they have a department, an agency that's supposed to only look after the most vulnerable, and they receive billions of dollars. New York City Housing Authority. And look at the way they forgot their own mission. How can they get away with that? Okay, they violated the due process of 1934 that they was to never sell the public housing to market rate realtors. So who broke that? Who breached the contract? Who's holding them accountable? No one. But they know that if they actually go into the books and look at the contract, if we had lawyers that were not afraid to stand up and be counted, they would be suing the government because a Ponzi scheme came from Washington, D.C. Okay? The Ponzi scheme that was put together where New York City Housing Authority and HUD is over New York City Housing Authority purposely to protect this population. It was designed especially for that. And the people that go to war or the veterans, they would come back to a decent place to live. And now that they see how large the apartments are, they're taking over. And how are they, or who is holding them accountable to look into the books and see exactly what has been breached in the contract of 1934 and 1937 when they built the first house, the first building of New York City housing was in Manhattan on 3rd Street between Avenue A and First Avenue. You don't have to go far. Before, you can look it up in the newspaper or you can look it up in the computer. Now they did away with all that information. Our government should start a forensic federal investigation on HUD and then take it from there and hold everyone accountable with violating the breach of contract of a contract that should have never been broken. And they claim that it's Obama that did it, so then he should be held accountable for it as well.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Because it's not fair. Because the people, I'm not talking about color, I'm not talking about race, I'm talking about we the people.
So
that's all races
if I may interject to one thing. You said accountability to me is the strongest word out of everything that we have to go back to. Accountability. We have to
transparency.
That too, but we have to hold our community leaders. I don't think people hold their community leaders to the standards that they should. Like what you're saying, somebody should be looking at that. But I just think it's been too much complacency, and that allowed for what we have now to be there. There's a whole. It's not just if you don't like Donald Trump, it's not just Donald Trump. There's a whole ideology that exists now because of the way, of his movement or the way he is or isn't, whatever. That ideology is going to be around now for the next 30, 40 years or longer. So how does a person now, whether it be Biden ideology or Trump ideology, one thing we have to realize, we cannot continue just bumping heads without results. We're bumping heads for no reason. We're getting mad for no reason. We're fighting for no reason, but nobody wins. And it has to be, if you're a Democrat, you have to hold your people accountable. You're a Republican, you have to hold your persons accountable. But you should want them to not just to be fighting for the sake of fighting. Fight together. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Rather than this is too much division. The division of this country that I see here is at its worst. And now you got people who they don't care about it making sense or not. They just want to win. They want to be tribal.
Exactly. But this is why I'm saying that it comes down to we the people.
Absolutely.
We can't say the blacks. We can't say Puerto Ricans or Latinos. We can't say whites over whatever nationality. We have to start saying we the people. Because we the people have the force to make drastic changes when we get ready. And that's what our government is afraid of, okay? But our people have to wake up to a reality that if we don't come together, they're gonna inject and enforce. You see how all of a sudden COVID came into motion. This was predicted by a doctor in 2009. Okay, and she flew to Panama because she no longer wants to be in New York City, okay, or in the United States. She says because our government has lost sight in protecting its citizens. So when are they going to roll that back? Until we, the people, stand up and make drastic changes. And the drastic changes has to be bringing in more parties in the elections and not letting it be just two parties, Democrats or Republicans. No, it should be a lot more, at least 4 different parties, so people can really have a choice, because it doesn't happen otherwise, because they control the show. And years ago, you can get your elected officials to come to the table in your community and address the problems that are in motion. And who has ruined that? The people in control, the government, the elected officials, that they have taken it upon themselves to make all these changes and forcing us to accept the changes. But we, the people, have to take the time to dissect each and every issue of concern that's on the table, and then start putting it out and having a voice, opening up podcasts like this, and having people come in and give their opinion, give their whatever the plan that they have in mind that can make it happen, or whatever it is that it takes to make it happen. But collectively, bringing it to the table as a think tank committee.
I agree.
And
I
have
definitely agree.
What was that?
Huh?
I definitely agree.
That was your door?
But we should really,
Tell you somebody.
we know all these things you're saying exist.
No.
We know that. People are inherently, when things look like they're being done for them, they don't want to do it. They get lazy, they get complacent, and they let things just kind of go on cruise control. And one day they look up and they don't have any power, because we've given all the power to the people that should be working for us. So
Exactly.
in a nutshell, all the great things you've been saying are so true. We are people. I mean, I do think that some communities need to do some soul searching. They can be tighter and built within, but they also need to know on the broader scope that we all are connected. We all live on one world together. You know what I mean? And we can build together, and things can be a lot better. But we've got to not allow things to happen without our contribution to the positive side of it. Nobody, only a handful of people are progressive enough to go to their senator or go to their representative or go to their mayor or go to here. They don't do it. They let everybody else do it for them. Everybody now needs to come and get involved in this, and then we'll see some change real quick. I believe.
But this is why I'm saying, we the people, not color, not races, we the people.
Until
all together.
people believe that, I don't think everybody believes that, because there is disparity amongst the people still. And I do think that there is a resolution that can happen when people start caring more about each other, regardless of anything else. When we get back to that, to caring about people, just saying, hey, you know what? I don't care what a person's makeup is. I care about them. You know what I mean? And I'm going to judge them by their character and not by their worst examples. You know what I mean?
But this is
that makes a difference.
You remember Eric Gardner, when they killed him in front of the media, the camera that everybody was looking, and he's saying, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
I felt so hurt for that person. I felt like, oh my God, how can we get used to seeing these things on the media and feel like it's okay? It's not okay.
No, not at all.
We were demonstrating around the clock just for a person that we didn't know, but we were so compassionate for the parents, for the father, for the kids, for the family. You can't continue, we can't allow for the media to show these things and people not react to it.
So
Because if we become numb to this, forget it.
let me ask you this here, because
Mm-hmm.
if you could, and it might take you a second or so to do, but if you can think of 4 things that each person could do to help guide them in the right direction, to helping change society in a positive way, what would those 4 things be? I mean,
Well, the first thing I would do is go to the church, to the pastors, to the people that are supposed to be more compassionate, more considerate, have more empathy of what's going on. That would be my first choice. Because if you remember, when all these riots were going on before Black Lives came into motion, okay, you did not hear not one priest, one clergyman, one anybody that's behind the cloth. They could have made a big difference, and they didn't. Everybody stood quiet. Then I would start with having town hall meetings to handpick each and every one person with a backbone, not afraid to stand up and be counted. Okay? And I would have those people, 10, 20, 100, bring them to a think tank committee and dissect everything that's put on the table, and then allow people to choose what's going to be best for all of us, not for a selected few or handpicked. And then my last choice would be bringing in the police and making them accountable, because they get billions. And instead of opening up the lines of communication to ensure that not one child dies in the street for being that a police officer was callous or was insensitive or didn't care about that individual. Do you remember years back in 1970s, everybody knew their police officer on the beat? We need to bring that back. Because when you know each other, you're more considerate. So instead of taking them to the precinct, you bring them back to their parents' house. You have a paper trail with the parents and the family. And then if and when with all is done and they still continue, then you bring them to the precinct. Okay? And look at all the jails that they are building, or they invested, what, 10 billion, 0.5 to build four jails? That's ridiculous for the kind of monies that have been put aside. Take all that money and build apartments, build affordable apartments that everybody can enjoy, starting from the most vulnerable all the way to the profit makers, because they can't be excluded. But you can't make the most richest people, like the profit market rate realtors, be the one in charge of everything and getting everything and just giving us mediocre service and mediocre monies at a timing that they're getting billions on the backside of the most vulnerable. How do you allow that to happen? So I'm in favor of what Trump is doing to a certain degree, because he has to expose it, because he's the only one with the chutzpah to stand up and be counted. Because eventually, before his 4 years are up, a real drastic change has to come into all the states within the 50 states of the United States of America, for the simple reason that everybody has found a way how to rob us blindly, and they're getting away with it, while all the poor are shackled, okay, and are being used as commodities. And no one is thinking about that. No one is saying anything about that. We have to sit back and observe what's in front of us. And that you have a power right on your, in the show that you have. Veronica is the same thing. And her husband has a nice show as well. And collectively sending out real information, not the selective information that they want you to hear. Okay? All this media nonsense, they don't talk about what really needs to be addressed. Only select a few are the ones that are speaking out. And that needs to come back. What happened to the fact, the department that you could find all the real facts and look it up and know that it's real? We don't know how to figure out what's real and what's fake.
So what would number 4 be?
Getting the police in the equation so that they can start playing a role as well, because they get more than $11 billion.
Okay, so let's you mentioned the police earlier. Can you give me an additional one? Because basically, so here's how I communicate with people. Too much information to them sounds like work. Precise information helps them get the ball rolling. This is why I asked you to take all these things and they're valuable information. Me and you can talk for hours about this, but people are not going to listen for hours about it. People are just,
Right.
you know what I mean? So this is why I say bring it down to a handful of things that people can actually digest and see, they can see that, hey, you know what? I can make a difference if I do this. If I said 4 things for me, I would say know your community well, try to know as many people as you can, be the best person you can be. And the reason why I say that is because your community, once they like you, guess what? They look after your family. You look after their family.
Exactly.
Community first.
And that's
second.
And that's what I do.
Absolutely. I can believe that. But second is we hold, if you go and vote, that's just the beginning. That's not the start and end. That's the beginning. You have to hold these people to what they say they're going to do. Thirdly, you have to be realistic. We can't have everything our way. Life without compromise is not life. It's just a hard fight every day. You know what I mean? There has to be some give and there has to be some take. And eventually, once we get it leveled out where we can all agree halfway on something, then we got building blocks to go. And we can build things up. Until we get to that point, we can't.
But that's where the think tank committee comes in.
Absolutely.
Because that will be a list of people, a number of people of color, and everybody. I don't care what color are you. Color should not be a point in the equation. It should be open that we are human beings.
It should be.
It
should be, but you have to be
but
careful.
It's unfortunate.
Got to be careful
Exactly. I know.
because within the think tank, there are people who come to the think tank to disrupt the thought process.
Exactly.
So those kind of people need to be ousted, and you bring in people who want to be open and, you know, but I do appreciate speaking with you about this and you sharing, and you're very passionate about it. You know, I definitely appreciate, you know, you sharing this with me. And like I tell you, off this platform, I can talk to you about it a long time. And I would like to, and we can actually get together and come up with a plan that we can actually present to people that's a little bit more digestible for them. You know what I mean?
And I have a young man that can put together Riker Silence, give it a 95-degree change or 98-degree change. He has it in black and white, okay? And they want to steal it from him. And then he can fix New York City Housing Authority dirt cheap. The same thing with Rikers Island, dirt cheap, but they don't want you to bring anything to the table dirt cheap. So who's staying with this money? Because it's a money grab, okay? We can fix the Board of Elections. We can fix the Board of Education. We can fix all the problems that we have in the city of New York, but you got to get elected officials that are open to it. Look at Brad Lander. He's the borough president, rather, he's the controller of New York City. And now he wants to be the...
He left.
it just clicked off.
Yeah, no, he left. Yeah. He should come back on this.
He didn't...
No, he's going back on home.
Yeah. just clicked off.
No, I think he had a.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Hey, you're back.
Yeah. So look,
Brad,
my phone it had too much. We gotta take a break from this conversation.
Yeah,
right?
let's talk to that. Let's talk to
But
that. It's like-
listen, I appreciate it. I do appreciate what you're saying, and I do want people to pay attention and be aware. You are a wealth of knowledge. You know a lot. It's just that we can't read every book in the library in one day. You know what I mean? You gotta just, you know what I'm saying? So, all right. Hey, but what would I'm sorry?
Yeah,
you know, I did not get your name, and I don't want to be disrespectful. But what is your name? I'm sorry.
My name is Martinez.
Martinez?
Millie Martinez.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, it was a pleasure, and thank
It
you,
was a pleasure
thank you.
too.
And we, you know what? How about we all set up some type of online platform where we can actually get some people here that want to share their contributions and their ideas, and I think we'd be very effective together as a team.
Thank you.
Let me give you a round of applause.
I'll send her your information. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Also, you guys will connect through social media.
That's your round of applause.
All right,
brother.
so thank you. Appreciate it. So we're back on track. You know, we had a little political side to it. That was kind of different. I like that.
Yeah, you know what? I love you know what? I like to have good conversations like that. You know what I mean? Because I can actually try to do it on that. I don't always make sense, but you know what I mean? I might say something real ignorant from time to time, but I learn and I listen a lot. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so let's change the mood a little bit. No, it's good. We need some difference. Okay, it's okay. But a little bit back to who you are, because you're Emmy-nominated artist. I mean, Jesus, producer, radio innovator. So let's talk about how did you get into? I mean, know you as an artist, but I know you more as a radio personality. I didn't know more of the artist side. So let's talk about all those elements. That just break it down to that.
So I've always been in the music scene as a keyboardist or producer, or later became a songwriter. I wrote probably some songs. You've definitely heard some of the songs I wrote. And to go back, since I was 16 years old, I let me see, do I have it? I actually was in a rap group, and for that time period, I really enjoyed it, and I became a songwriter. And I did it for a little while until I got a certain age, and then I stopped. And I concentrated more on the songwriting. You know what I mean? Because I realized that I could still say what I say and get to people as a songwriter and still get my word out there. You know what I mean? And that was a lot of fun. And it's been fun, and I still do it. So if you hear me record a song now, it might be a demo that I recorded for somebody else. And either they didn't take it, they didn't buy it or take it, so I keep it for myself now.
Amen.
Sorry, I'm looking through my junk drawer. Hang on one sec. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Take your time.
I have a drawer over here with everything in it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a time. It's like when they bury one of those bottles, 20 years ago, and they a time capsule. And
Exactly.
I tell you, if I showed you this drawer, I think I will. You'll be very surprised. Look, watch. This is a drawer. Can you see that? You see that?
Oh my God!
This is my time capsule drawer. But look, check this out. Look, hey man,
that's a lot. You got what?
But,
are you serious?
See, in one drawer. You know what I mean? This is
what? That's not what you did.
Yeah, I mean, I might find King Tut's tomb in here or something like that. But yeah. So this is my.
Oh my God!
This is what I call an attack drawer. Meaning, when you open it, you might get attacked by something in here. You know what I mean? And look at that.
That's
look, I mean, gosh, you know what I mean? I got all kind of stuff in one drawer. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
I found 35 cents up in there the other day. You know what I mean?
Let me find something under here.
So let me close this drawer, because I'm sure whatever I'm looking for, it'll appear in there. It's just taking a break. And I'm working on a new product, a new hairline product. So
Get out of here.
Yeah. So this is a beret. This is a beret with hair. So now you can be a Frenchman and wee wee, and you can still have hair and everything. You know what I mean? And you know, and you could, if you turn it the certain ways,
Oh my goodness.
you can actually look at that. Look at that style. Look at that style. You see what I mean?
It's a different kind of
So,
look to it. Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm multicultural and everything now. I just twist it. It just turns. It's like, look at this.
You can use it as a mop. You know, when you want to mop something,
There you go. If I stand on my hands and then you know what I mean? But yeah, so this is my new thing here. And I got a real good way. I have a way of taking care of it. I use starch. Here we go, right here. See this right here?
Oh my God.
Right here. I starch it. And people don't know about starch. They waste their money on hair gel and all them things. But me, I'll throw some starch in this bad boy and have it. You know what I mean? And so that's my newest invention. No, so I got this because a friend of mine, he called me one morning and he was like, he needed something for his class. He wanted to do a skit. So we went out one morning and I think I ordered from Amazon and it came the next day. And we went out and shot the skit. I'll send you a link to it. It's pretty funny. And I'm wearing this wig. Okay. You know what I mean? All right, folks, back to reality. If anybody is still listening, I appreciate it and still watch it because I know I'm a weird guy. You know what I mean? But,
no, I love it. It's awesome. It's awesome.
So my story is with music. Yeah, I've been involved with a lot of music. I work with a lot of artists. I write for television shows. I write songs for musicians. I write, you know, it all started off in 5th grade when I learned how to forge my mom's signature. You know what I mean? And that's when my writing career started. But Sister Angie, she was good. She caught me one day, and she almost put an end to my writing career. She stripped me of my credentials, of course. And many years later, I decided to start writing again. And I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to use my powers for good. And I just started doing my thing. And here I am today. You know what I mean? Still writing. You know what I mean? Still having fun. And still, as far as radio, I did the overnights when I was a lot younger in a station in San Francisco. And this is my second show. I had a show in 2013 where there was an Aunt Taylor show in 2013. That was a good show until I screwed myself up because I had a character on there that I did, and I kind of like messed up my. I had to get surgery on my vocal cords afterwards. After doing that character for like a year, yeah. So after doing that character for a year, I screwed myself up, and I sounded like real raspy, like that's how my voice sounded in regular conversation. No way. Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I have. I probably do, but my voice was so raspy for like a year. It was a slow onset, and then one day I realized that people can't understand me anymore because everything was. I'm constantly clearing my throat, and it just scarred my vocal cords. So they were able to go in and do a little surgery, fix it up. It took about 8 years for me to return to speaking in a clear voice. So
right.
So here I am, right here.
But you're okay now.
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? Because I be talking. You know what I mean? So I was like,
so that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I be
no, but like I said, now you. No, go ahead.
So I'm sorry. Was somebody saying something?
No. What?
Somebody want a link to this? I mean, I can help you get some for yourself. You know what I mean? If you want a link, just say it. You know what I mean? I can teach you how to grow.
No, I think I got enough right here, man. I think I'm good, man.
You sure? Get you all hooked up.
Yeah, I'm good, trust me.
We get you all hooked up.
I mean, down there's a different story.
Put some highlights in there. You know what I mean? We get you all hooked up, you know what I mean? And have you looking right. So
I'm so glad.
you'll be
Yeah,
looking
I'm
right.
cracking up.
Yeah. So that's typically my story. My story is not one of glitz, glam, and fun. And I mean, it's fun, but I'm always moved behind the scenes. Like even getting in front of the camera to do this for me is something that I've been asked to do before, but I rarely make these kind of appearances or anything like that. But
Oh,
with the growth of the new radio show, I decided to go ahead. You see, I still don't put my face in there. I mean, even in the advertisements, I'm not like, this week we have Vero G, and then you see me. You know, what I mean, I'm not. I show you. I say, hey, you
you're
know
like
what?
you're
Let
in
me.
the corner.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's that's how it goes. You know what I mean? It's like So I've had a real good fun time doing this, and being able to freely talk and express myself. And if I have a situation comes up and something I'm passionate about, I'll speak about it. You know what I mean? And like we did earlier. You know what I mean?
yes,
So
definitely.
that was quite the conversation, and it's good to have because
Definitely.
people want to hear. They want to see what page you're on. You know what I mean? And that's fair. That's fair. So I'm sorry. Did I hijack what you were asking me? Probably did.
No,
Yeah.
no, I was just going with the flow, as they say.
All right.
No, no, but my question to you is like okay, in your career, like you said, you done producing, you done being an
Yeah.
artist, and then we're gonna talk about the artist in a minute because I have two of your songs we're gonna play in a few minutes. One is called Poison in the Silk Dress. We're gonna talk about that in a few minutes, and also a song you were featured on with DJ Backslide. I said, I hope it's
Yeah.
right.
DJ Backslide's out
Um,
of he's from the Netherlands, and he actually
oh wow,
yeah, he wanted me to. I wrote an entire album of songs for him, and then when he tried to say well, it just didn't go so well. You know what I mean? So he said, "Hey man, listen, can you come just record the songs?" And or he said, "I'll pay for you to come." So I went to Amsterdam. We call it 7 days in Amsterdam. I was there for like 5 days, and we did the whole album. And I call it 7 days because it sounds better. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so we recorded the whole album and 7 days in Amsterdam. We had this one song that it's not completed yet because Tony Jazzo is actually going to be on it called Vibe Check. I'm real excited about that song. It's actually going to be one of his video releases. And that's where Poison in the Silk Dress came from. Poison in the Silk Dress is not, it doesn't relate to me. It relates to his situation he had with a lady. You know what I mean? So this song was written for him. And so I'm trying to keep myself out of trouble. You know what I mean? She's like, what? Because,
Ooh,
when you got a lady, they
interesting.
know how to switch shit up on you. It's like, oh, no, babe, I'm not talking about you. Oh, okay, well, who are you talking about then? It's like, oh, goddamn, I came
You
here.
know, we women like that. Yes.
You know what I mean? Well, who are you talking about then? who you
Oh
know with a
yeah.
silk dress, and why do you care if it's silk, cotton, or rayon? So I'm like,
Mhm.
so yeah, so I yeah, so that was written for him, and a song called "Flex in My Aura" also was written for
Yes.
a rapper in Los Angeles. Um, he's a well-known rapper. I won't say his name because I wrote other songs for him, and I don't want anybody to come bust a cap on my black ass for talking too much. You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
understand. I understand.
but if you do this rapper, you know his style, you'd be like, oh, okay, I know exactly. You know what I mean? Where he was going for with this. He didn't take the song, he should have. But I mean, that's that.
Okay,
That's
cool,
what
cool.
we.
So we're gonna no problem. I'm gonna play in a few minutes, but prior to that, now who are your influences? Like from music to radio. I mean, the list goes on. I'm assuming, but like let's say the top 3 to 5 people in your life who motivated you in that field of entertainment itself.
So probably my older brother because he was into stuff a long time before I was, you know what I mean? And he played a lot of records and music, and we always thought we were the whoever the in guy was at that time. You know what I mean? Um, as far as music goes, I've been in the studio with a lot of the guys that I would say would influence me. I was in the studio with Tupac when he tore up this guy ripped all the strings off the wall, pushed the studio over.
Get out of here.
Pushed over this was a place called High Street Studios in San Francisco. There was a song that was called If My Homies Call. That was the name of the song. They were mixing it, and he came back the next day, and he came after one of his artists. I guess his representative came and picked up the reel. Back then we were using reel tape. And so Tupac came and he goes, well, where's my reel? Nobody told him from his record label that the other people were going to come pick it up. Nobody at the studio knew. Right. They didn't know either that somebody had came because there was a different shift of people there. So nobody communicated anything to anybody. This guy tore up I just stood against the wall and watched. He tore up the whole entire studio. It was the most ignorant Tasmanian devil experience I ever witnessed in my life. You know what I mean? Well, it was two of them, but that was one time with him. I've been in the studio with Ralph Tresvant, an old school rapper named Domino. I worked with artists. We weren't in the same studio. I just sent the stuff. Be Legit, guy RBL Posse. Let's see, the national level. And it's a lot of people, but I don't like to name drop too much because they, it just seems kind of, not all that classy to do. But yeah, I've been around, you know what I mean, and seen a lot of things and had a lot of interesting experiences in this whole music industry. You know what I mean? It was fun, and in the radio industry too. You know what I mean? So I like.
That's awesome. I love that. Now, like I said, let's switch them out to the artist side. Like I said, we're gonna play in a few minutes the two songs. But prior to that, do you have any upcoming projects you're working on, like new albums or any singles for this?
Yeah, year? You know what? It's just a DJ Backslide for now. Since he converted that basically to a DJ Backslide album that's featuring me. I am also doing some production work for a group of people that I used to work with many years ago, 20 years ago. They decided to do something together, and I'm doing that. Not too much really going on yet, but there will be. I mean, in the middle of the writing jobs that I maintain and things like that, it made it a little bit hard. But now I'm kind of back to just doing me and the radio show. And so I will have some exciting projects coming out. And hopefully you can hear them. Music industry is totally different now. Totally different.
It is.
Yeah. So,
yes.
Being an artist, making money it's way different. The way you are introduced to people is way different. Oh, here, look, I looked to another dress. So this right here, this was when I was 16. Look at that. It's a tape. This is how long I've been doing it. I'm sitting over there somewhere. I'm the guy with his arm in the air. I don't know if you can see it. So
yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's me right there. Look at that. But see, I still got the same bean head.
My God.
Yeah. So
the throwback days. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. I almost have the same hair. Huh? Let me see if I can recreate that album cover right now.
Oh no, stop.
So,
oh my God.
It's the music industry is different, and being an artist, if you want to be an artist, you really gotta go in. You know what I mean? I mean, you gotta be smarter than, if you have any type of maturity to you, you have to realize nowadays it's about building a group of people that follow you. If you can get 10 people, then you can get 20. If you can get 20, you can get 40. You just multiply it exponentially. I try to use a big word, but I messed that up. But you know what I mean? You can multiply, you can grow it a small base. And if 1,000 people reliably would buy the next Vero G album every time it came out, and you're selling it for $10, you know what I mean? Every time it's 1,000 people. What do? You make 10 albums a year. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? But these people are buying, and that's what it's about. It's about cultivation and retaining the people. Just get a handful of people that love you. They will tell everybody about you. and you'll grow that way. Instead, what are we doing? We're chasing streaming numbers. We're trying to put out things according to the streams. They say, oh, put out something every 3 weeks, put out something every month. They want you to.
You're talking about that in the show, yeah.
Yeah, they want you to facilitate their platform and not yours. You know what I mean? So the way to win, and you know what else I got? Let me show you one thing. I usually hide my wallet because I know she's home. Now let me get it. I'll be right back, all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is my
Where
wallet.
did it go?
This is my wallet. Honestly, I lose this thing 100% of the every day. I lose it, and I spend about 30 minutes.
Don't lose it.
Well, I lose it here at home. You know what I mean? I put it down somewhere.
Oh, okay.
So there's 3 stages in losing my wallet. The first one is the questioning period where I question people. Have you seen my wallet? And they say no. Stage 2, I go look for it. Stage 3, I return. Okay, I know you moved my wallet. That's the blaming stage. You know what I mean? And then lastly, it's the finding stage where I find it exactly where I probably left it in the first place, and it's nobody's fault. But these things here, this is something I made for my friend. You see this little card? And
it's nice, yeah.
So that, boom, you know what I mean? It goes right in the car. Sell this by hand to people. They can scan it. You know what I mean? Wait, I'm looking at the camera like like you can see it. So they can scan it. You know what I mean? Nice. And everything. And you can put a whole album on here. This thing probably costs $1.50 to make. You put a whole album on here and tell people it's $10, $15, and
I love that.
Get your money back.
That's so $10.
But the thing is, sell 100 of these, it's like 100,000 streams online. Which one would you rather have? You know what I mean? 100,000 streams online and get 65 cents, or you want to do this and get some real money? You know what I mean? So that's just one way that I try to encourage artists to think about. Let's bring this back to the mom and pop shop instead of trying to be a massive conglomerate. Just bring it back to where we're getting paid instead of paying all these other people. You know what I mean?
So true.
So that's
I gotta add to that too.
Yes, please.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I also have to add to that because I was just telling another artist, a friend of mine, and I was just having this conversation with him. I mentioned here in the show the fact like how you just mentioned, you go like, you know, as an artist we have like the Spotify thing, right? You got to go through like say DistroKid or the other platforms you have music on, and like I don't lie, I look at my BMI and I cry. I look at my Spotify, like, you know, the numbers you see, how much you make, and I cry because we get sense to how much the major big platforms make off our music and our creativity. And when you look at the profit and you look at your work and you see, why do these big machines are making money off of my hard work? And you realize you're making nothing to pennies. And there's a lot of people that have been talking about this for a while now, ever since this came out with the, as they call it, the machine, but you know, the distribution platforms and that sort. You know?
No. I mean, you're just a cog in their wheel. You know what I mean? So we got to get back to turning each other's wheels, and this is why, like what you and I are doing, we're cross promoting one another's platforms because we are being each other's cog. We're saying, hey, you know what? We're not going to turn this wheel for a multi-million-dollar corporation. We're going to turn it for each other. You know what I mean? And that is real important. And you mentioned, you know, you look at your publishing information and all that stuff. A lot of people don't even get paid 2 ways with this stuff. They don't do the publishing side. They don't know anything about it. They don't collect all the money they can get. They just put it on DistroKid or wherever and they leave it. They think they can set it and forget it and it's gonna work. It doesn't work that way. You know.
It's more to that.
Absolutely.
There's more to that.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
You know. I'm not a fan of it. I don't really push too much Spotify. I'll put something up there to see what it does, but I'm not that guy. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, if you look me up on there and any of the older songs, I probably have 1,200 monthly viewers or something like that because it's not important to me. As if I can walk outside right now and go to the gas station. You want anything from the gas station? Anybody?
Who, me?
Yeah, anybody want something?
No. I mean, if you want to give me something.
I'm just messing with you. No, I can go to the, I can go to the gas station with one of my own products and come back with, you know, 20,000 worth of sales just by selling one thing for $10. You see what I mean?
I like
So what's those streaming numbers doing for me? Nothing. They just, you know, their vanity, their looks. I want to actually get paid for what I do, and I want people to enjoy the music as well.
I love that. I love that. That's what I'm talking about right now. Yes, yes. And then you said you're working on new music down the line. You said you're focusing on the radio for the moment, but down the line, and when you do make more amazing music that you have been making already, like would you tell us, more like the genre? Because I know you mostly with like I think more of if it's hip hop, I believe. 'Cause I heard some of your songs, but I believe it's a combination of hip hop and R&B. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So what happened is for me, there is a young lady. I produced another show called the Nicole Adrian Show, where she's actually a singer.
Yes.
She's a singer that I produced songs for a few years. I used to songwrite and produce for her, and I encouraged her. I was like, hey, you need to sharpen your singing skills. So let's get some lessons for you. So we got singing lessons going, and I was like, hey, you know what? Let me get me some too. So I started like singing more because I was like, hey, you know what? I probably could sing a little tune and it'll help me actually deliver the message to someone when I'm trying to sell a song to them. You know what I mean? They can actually hear the potential in what the song can do. It can do it much better than me, but now they really can feel it. And so that's why I got more into R&B-ish type of songs. Like Devil, like the song Poison and Silk Dress. I'm singing on that song. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's
That's
like I just, it's not the best. And come on now. You know what I mean? We got all kind of echo and things like that. We can pop up in there too, just to make sure, you know what I mean? You can't tell that it's Fruity Rings instead of Fruit Loops. You know what I mean? So or whatever the cereal choice is. We have so much fun here at the house because I always buy like the generic version and a real version so we can taste test them. And the names that they have, for the generic ones is so funny, man. But
it is.
yeah. So we have a good ass time with it, though. I can tell you. And the cereal tastes to me, it tastes good because I grew up.
Same.
Yeah, man. When I grew up, it was potluck. You'd be lucky if something was in a pot some nights. You know what I mean? So let alone cereal. My mom always made sure we had dinner. I ain't gonna say that, but cereal, that was a delicacy. You know what I mean? So it was like, so oh, hey Daisy, my dog Daisy's here. So yeah, what's going on with me right now is in the last 2 years, I probably recorded over 70 songs with different people or myself. Because I tell you, I demo all the songs, but once I start to like them, and I'm thinking about just like that, say the cultivation of people. And then, I got a guy, one guy was on my show, and I don't want to age myself too bad, but this guy, he's been a fan of mine, and he's like 15 years younger than me, but he's been a fan of mine for like, wait, a long time. It's like he caught, I'm like, dude, you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, man, I remember my dad used to play your record. I'm like, that's a good memory. That's a good memory. If your dad plays something and now you're listening to it, I'm like, yeah, it makes me into an old man. I get it. But it's all good. You know what I mean? And just to hear that, one day, that same tape I showed you, you might be able to find another version. They're selling this thing on eBay and stuff like that for $400, $500. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't make $400 or $500 off of that thing when it was new. You know what I mean? And now you're selling it for that price. And we got a cult following. If you just Google, what's this one called? This one is called TMC. Damn, how did I forget the name of it that quick? Gracious. Hey, somebody bring me my Ginkgo, whatever them pills is called. I need some. So TMC taking full control. That was the first EP that we did, right? And that was a long time ago. You know what I mean? Some of y'all was twinkle. You were twinkles in your parents' eyeballs when the record was made, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And or you may have just been, you know what I mean, like. You may not have been a twinkle yet. You could have been somebody, friend telling another friend, hey, I got this great person I want you to meet. You know what I mean? Boom. So the second one, we did a whole album called TMC Straight to the Dome. And also that one did really well back then. But now it's a cult classic. I got a guy call me up one day, French dude. All I can hear is accent. And I'm like, what's this dude trying to say? You know what I'm saying? He wanted to buy. He's like, man, get everybody together. I want to buy your rights to that record. Right? And I'm like, there's one guy who won't do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, and he's like a collector and he wants to buy it and re-release and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, well, hell, I'll be looking at gas prices these days and I'll be like, man, I can use that money. It didn't sell because of that. Somebody held out, one person held out, and that's okay. It's all right. You know what I mean? That's up to them. But it's amazing that something you do so many decades ago, and I say decades, matters so much today. So when Vero G puts out a song today, you may not get the flowers you deserve today, but believe me, it's gonna make his mark. It makes his mark, and I'm like, wow, it took all those years, but it does. It actually makes his mark. I'm sorry.
So true. No, it's okay. It's okay. But you're so right about that. And a lot of times it does, like independent artists, like we struggle just to get stuff out and the process behind it. But it does take, you said, it take time and months to years to have that build up.
Yeah. I mean, and it's surprising because someone will come up to you who won't come up to you today, but they'll come up to you years later and say, that one song you did, that's my shit. I love that song. I always play this and it reminds me of this. And you're like, well, shit, it would have been real helpful if you would have told me then, because I could have used that motivation. You know what I mean? I could have used that.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. But guess what? We have right now. We do have the internet.
That's
we
true.
have each other, and we have today, and we got a new form of, we got maturity that allows us to look at things a little bit differently from a helicopter view. Look down on it and say, hey, you know what? I don't need to sell out a concert when I can just fill a room of 100 people. Be happy with that. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna charge all 100 of them $20. You know what I mean? So
and your profit, why not? Shoot, why not?
Yeah, I mean that's it, because people want to be. So what I've learned is the people who I want to be my fans, I can't pick them. You see what I mean? I can't pick my fans. I can't have a demographic or a thought process of who my fans should be. The fans pick you, but you still got to kind of make yourself out there. You do got to put yourself out there. And then when you get one, you show them that you love them. You see what I mean? And that you appreciate them being there for you. And to all I tell these knuckleheads, what I call knuckleheads, guys like my nephew's age and things like that, younger rappers and things like that. I'm like, dude, when you find somebody who likes you, you stick with them. If you like my music, okay, well, you know what I mean? What can I do to support you? You have something you want me to mention? You have something, bring them in the fold. You know what I mean? And, and that's where it's at with growth. With anything, it's like a relationship, you got to foster it.
So true. So true. I just want to add quickly too, before we take a break, tell them quickly about the radio show, the Ant Taylor Show, because it's also on the Bay Play Radio. So I'll let people know, but let them know where it's broadcast from, as well.
So Bay Play Radio is the BayPlayRadio.com. That is the home station of the Ant Taylor Show, meaning it's the station that broadcasts out of San Francisco. It is the parent radio station for the show. That it was the first episode aired from that station, episode 1 through 5. I think we're on episode 22 or 23 right now, somewhere in that area. And the first handful of those aired from that one station, and after that, immediately grew to 10 stations, and then it went to like 17, and now it's somewhere in the 30s. You know what I mean? So syndicated stations. You know what I mean? And we have some FM. We have a ton of internet stations. We have one AM station in Ohio. So it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know who listens to AM station, but hey, you know what? I love you guys. You know what I mean? So it's like, it probably sound like this. It's like, hang on a sec, I will show you. It's like,
Hey, welcome to the Aunt Taylor Show. I'm Aunt Taylor. Thank you for tuning in. On your AM station.
this is the Aunt Taylor Show. Thank you for listening on your AM
Station.
So so you know how it goes. So I'm like, I'm proud to have an AM station. You know what I mean? That's special to all the AM people out there. You know what I mean? Y'all stuck. You know what I mean? But it's okay.
Listen, I was actually an AM, so I can relate exactly what you're saying. Yeah, the frequency level's down.
Yeah, hey, you know they got them a Datsun B210. They can only push that little button and it pop between the station numbers. Scoosh. It's like it popping quick so hard somebody might get hurt. But yeah, so yeah, big up to my AM station out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm on an FM station in Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all out there listening, it's all good. You know what I mean? Send me something from Hawaii. I really appreciate it. Send it to Vero G. You know what I mean? Send us something nice in Hawaii. And you know, don't want no coconuts. You know what I mean? I need something that no pure cane sugar or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I need 7 weeks all expense paid. Like, you know, like, and that's where the AM station, because the AM station is poor, you know what I'm saying? They only give away as a wave. Yeah. Hey, we're waving at you today. Call in number 15 and we're gonna give you a wave. You know what I'm saying? About time calling number 15 takes 3 years to call in. So you know. Done. Anyway, I'm sorry. I should not be doing that.
But it's true. No, it's good. But you know how back then we had the boom box or the radios back then?
Yeah.
And you hear like the AM frequency was like really crappy.
Yeah.
And you had to hear it squeeze in just to hear something.
I mean, the AM station, I heard the Aunt Taylor Show. You know what I mean? Because you can listen online. It sounds better online, you know what I'm saying? But even the online version of it sound AM. It sounds like I'm on there with Darth Vader or somebody. I'm like, yo, check it out. This is the Aunt Taylor Show. And yeah, you know, everything is good. Okay, thank you. You know what I'm saying? It's like oh my God. And then immediately afterwards, after my show done said all kind of ignorant shit, this is Doug Peterson with Action News on 103.2 AM. Well, actually, AM got them real funny guys, them techie guys. Ow. I'm like, bruh, shut up, man. You cannot come in after me with that. But that's what's going on with them. So AM is bootleg. You know what I mean? Internet radio has actually surpassed and man, it's brought me such a joy because I get to be everywhere now. I get complete saturation. You know what I mean? I get to be, my ignorance is infectious. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And it's like one of the things.
You do you. I love it.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, you know, as ignorant as I am, if I can spread that to the world, you know what I mean? It's like, man, you know, I love it. So that's where we're at. So
man, I love it.
We're syndicated. Yeah. We'll feel good about it. And I get a lot of response. I do need to, you know, the one thing I haven't been doing on the show is I rarely give out phone numbers, emails, social media, or anything like that. There's another guy named Aunt Taylor. He also has a radio show, and he gets a lot of comments. People comment on things that he says on his show, but it's not there. He's probably like, "What the hell are these people talking about?" Because they're thinking they're talking about me, and since they haven't seen my face, they haven't seen my face. You know what I mean? Any black dude to do. You know what I mean? He be like, you know what? This gotta be him. It's gotta be him. There's only two things we can do. We can either listen or lock his black ass up. Which one? You know what I mean? So that's basically where I'm at with that. But shout out to the other Aunt Taylor. You know what I'm saying, man? You know, I listen to your show for new ideas all the time. You know, so.
There you go. Oh, Jesus.
So yeah.
That's what's up.
That's it.
Yeah. Definitely. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna play the 2 songs. The first one's called Poison in the Silk Dress.
All right, I like that.
And then you already know. And then after
Let me
that,
ask you before you go. Which one is your favorite?
I like the one, the Boys in the Silk Dress is different.
Yeah. All right.
It's sensual. I heard it earlier.
Sensual,
Very
huh?
sensual. Like,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. I like that sensuality. Look at you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, to all the
And
ladies
then
out
we're
there,
gonna-
I wrote this song for you guys. One of them pervert DJs. You wonder what they think when they go, you know, what you thinking? What's in that breath? What's going on?
Oh my God, son.
So yeah.
They're breathing real hard at that. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got that Welch's T-bone steak, Welch's grape. What is it? Eggs? I forget how it go. Eggs, cheese, T-bone steak, and Welch's grape. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And then we're gonna play the song which is called "Flexing My Aura" by DJ Backside. I'm tired. Backside featuring Ant Taylor.
There you go. Yeah, yes.
We'll be right back. Don't leave yet. We'll be right back.
No, I'm not going nowhere. I don't think. Unless the police come.
Okay. Listen, we're good. We're safe.
All right.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. You're watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show with your girl, Vero G, and our amazing guest for tonight, Emmy-Nominated, gotta throw it in there, artist, producer, and radio innovator, Ant Taylor. We'll be right back. You already know, baby. Yeah. I'll be back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she got the big mitts. One life quick. Every dose feels fatal, but I still reach. Yeah. Met her in the deep end, no warning. I said trouble, lips said morning. One night turned into a spiral. Every time I leave, I come back for revival. She poison in a silk dress, kisses taste like my regrets. Told myself just one more hit, but I'm fiending soon as she did. Yeah, toxic, yeah, but I want it. Lot love more like a craving. Every dose feels fatal, but I still reach. Met her in the deep end, no warning. I said trouble, lips said morning. One night turned into a spiral. Every time I leave, I come back for revival. She poison in a silk dress, kisses taste like my regrets. Told myself just one more hit, but I'm fiending soon as she did. Yeah, toxic, yeah, but I want it. Lie to myself like I'm on it. She the kind of thrill that numbs the pain I hide from when the silence comes.
I get lost inside your eyes. You're an angel with a devil's smile. Even when you break my mind, I still come back every time.
Girl, you're my sweet poison. I take it slow, but I'm sinking. Your kiss hits like morphine. It hurts, but I keep grinning. You pull my heart like sirens, and I still run when you're calling. I can't stop, I'm too deep, addicted to the heat. Yeah. You call and I'll fold, automatic. Same script, same scene, same habit. Playing me like chords on a sad song, but I ride that wave till the crash come. Heart got bruises, mind got scars. You love me hard, then leave me starved. Every high got a crash land, but I still chase it with my bare hands. I ain't blind, girl, I see it, but I crave the pain, I need it. Yeah, you the calm and you the riot. I'm the addict, you're the science.
I get lost inside your eyes. You're an angel with a devil's smile. Even when you break my mind, I still come back every time.
Girl, you're my sweet poison. I take it slow, but I'm sinking. Your kiss hits like morphine. It hurts, but I keep grinning. You pull my heart like sirens, and I still run when you're calling. I can't stop, I'm too deep, addicted to the heat. Yeah. Love you like I hate myself. You kill slow, but damn it felt like home, even when it's wrong. drip when I glide. Gold on my neck with a queen by my side. Dreams too big, can't kill my vibe. I'm just living my life, living my flex in my aura, city on glow. Wave so clean when I walk it slow. Haters gon' talk, they don't know. I'm just living my life, living my
Center sheets, gold teeth, still I stay humble. Came up from the rubble, now the whole bag double. VVS vision, see the hate from afar. I don't chase dreams, dreams know who we are.
Purple haze drifting, mind on a mission. Talking about the wave, I'm the whole definition. Laced in designer, mind in the clouds. Talk smooth, but my presence too loud. Flex in my aura, drip when I glide. Gold on my neck with a queen by my side. Dreams too big, can't kill my vibe. I'm just living my life, living my life.
Losses bounce back, that's growth. Now my aura too clean, drip soap. Meditating on a rooftop view. Whole world mine, what I gotta prove. Feeling like I'm timeless, crowned with the Midas. They was moving slow, had to chase a climate. Talking penthouse dreams from the block to the beam. Life a whole movie, I just live in the scene.
Rolling through the city with the top laid back. Speakers got the vibe, know the track gon' slide. Gold chains dancing in the moonlight glow. Wave on freeze, but the grind don't slow. Flex in my arms, yeah, drip when I glide. Gold on my neck, white queen by my side. Dreams too big, can't kill my vibe. I'm just living my life, living my flex in my aura, city on glow. Wave so clean when I walk it slow. Haters gon' talk, but they don't know. I'm just living my life, living my life.
Gold teeth, still I stay humble. Came up from the rubble, now the whole bag double. VVS vision, see the hate from afar. I don't chase dreams, dreams know who we are. Purple haze drifting, mind on a mission. Talking about the wave, I'm the whole definition. Haters gon' talk, but they don't know. I'm just living my life, living my silk sheets, gold teeth, still I stay humble. Came up from the rubble, now the whole bag double. VVS vision, see the hate from afar. I don't chase dreams, dreams know who we are. Purple haze drifting, mind on a mission. Talking about the wave, I'm the whole definition. Laced in designer, mind in the clouds. Talk smooth, but my presence too loud. Till losses bounce, that's growth. Now my aura too clean, drip soaked. Meditating on a rooftop view. Whole world mine, what I gotta prove. Feeling like I'm timeless, crowned with the Midas. They was moving slow, had to chase a climate. Talking penthouse dreams from the block to the beam. Life a whole movie, I just live in the scene.
Rolling through the city with the top laid back. Speakers got the vibe, know the track gon' slap. Go world mine, what I gotta prove.
Feeling like I'm timeless, crowned with the Midas. They was moving slow, had to chase a climate. Talking penthouse dreams from the block to the beam. Life a whole movie, I just live in the scene.
Rolling through the city with the top laid back. Speakers got the vibe, know the track gon' slap. Gold chains dancing in the moonlight glow. Wave on freeze, but the grind don't slow.
That boy good.
Yes, guys, welcome back. We're here in the building, Vero G Spotlight Radio Show. We've got Vero G and Emmy-nominated artist, producer, and radio innovator, Aunt Taylor.
Yo, what's happening? He's back.
Huh?
We're back after 2 exciting tracks. I appreciate it. It sounded real nice and
I love this. It's pretty
slap
good.
it in my ear. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. See.
Shout out to my mom, my number one fan. My mom, shout out, my only fan actually.
Sometimes it's a mess. You need 1 or 2. That's fine, man. You know, that's what matters right now. You know, just got that support.
That's it.
I see.
Absolutely. Feel it. Yeah, this has been that was fun. You know what I mean? And making both of those songs. Shout out to DJ Backslide. You know, it was a fun ride. You know what I mean? And you know, I could have done those songs without going to the Netherlands, but you know what I mean? The free plane ticket was great. You know what I mean?
Wow. I couldn't imagine the experience. My God, like
Yeah, it's cool, man. I mean, I've been there twice, you know what I mean? So it's like you know, after 2 times I never call them again. So
Damn. Damn. You like that too, man? What?
Let me stop.
No, you're good.
So yeah, you know, it's a this whole journey with the music and the radio station. The radio station has been so great because I've actually been able to in a sense, I ain't gonna say give back. I'm not saying that, but provide a platform for people in a area that seems to me harder and harder to get attention to. You know what I mean? You have to pay a ton of money these days to just get so many. Hang on a second. Silencio. Yeah, I don't know what language this dog understands, so I'll be trying all kind of shit. You know what I mean? So, because she definitely don't listen to English, so.
Oh my
you know
God.
what I mean?
It's okay.
So she's a Chihuahua, so you know what I mean. So
Aww.
come here, Daisy. Come here, Daisy. So this one comes to me. The other one doesn't. The other one he likes to look at me from a distance.
Okay.
All right. This is
so cute.
This is Daisy.
Hello.
She's a
Hi.
she's one of my little friends, family members. Right, Daisy?
Oh, adorable.
Yeah. What y'all doing? Any of y'all got anybody got any treats?
No, fortunately, no. I only got water bottle. That's it.
Well, I'm gonna have to bite you when I see you. When you coming by so I can take a bite out of your sock.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, come on and bring your friend too. I'm gonna bite the both of you.
Oh my God, I can't.
So yeah, so
Oh shoot. That's what's up.
Yeah, you know, this is a very, very, very fun time and interesting time, and I liked how I'm so free. Hang on a sec. I'm a free spirit on this show. I'm able to be unleashed. You know what I mean?
Yes. Definitely. Oh.
Unlike the, hang on a sec. We got two dogs in there.
Yeah,
you
I
might
hear
see
them.
the Chewy
Like,
truck outside.
each other, yeah.
The
Oh,
other
wow.
dog ran out the house the other day and chased the Chewy truck down the street like he gonna do something.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Right in the middle of the street, chasing a big Chewy truck. Funniest thing I ever seen.
You
You
thought
know
you
what I mean?
said
Let me come here, Russell. Let's see if I can get him to come over here. Russell, come. He just looked at me. Come here, buddy. Come
He's
on.
like, no treats, man. Forget that.
Tell him I pay his bills around here. Hey, get over here, boy. Okay.
I'm so done. I can't.
So come here, Russell. There we go. Got you. I got
you.
I'm getting away now. Yeah, well, he showed me.
That dog is transparent.
Yeah, he's an invisible dog. This one of them new kind of dogs. You send me $79, I'll send him to you right now. He'll be all right in the box. So, and you want his leash back? Yeah. So,
oh man, you know that reminds me of back in the 90s. You remember this when there was a trend where you have the invisible dogs, the walking walk. Remember that the leash dogs?
Oh yeah, walking the leash is like in the air. This is my big boy Russell.
Oh, it's a cute one.
Yeah, he's.
He waved.
Yeah, you want to put your leash back on now? Yeah. Oh yeah, thanks.
Oh, we got the wig.
He also wears wigs. You know what I mean?
I'm so done.
He just had, so you know. Russell, you got anything to say? Y'all want to come over for dinner? Bring me something. I like chicken, beef, and steak. I don't need none of that vegetarian stuff either. Somebody live here is a vegetarian, and I don't like them either.
Oh my God.
Feed me. So yeah. All right, buddy. You ready to go? I'll put your leash back on. He's like,
hold up, man. Give me a minute.
But he's like, look at him fighting, putting it on. Like, all right, I'm gonna have your mommy.
He's like, hold on. He didn't even want it. He's like, nope.
Yeah.
He's like,
okay, I'm about to business. Yeah. He'll be back.
Oh my God, I'm done. I'm so done.
Yeah, he's food motivated. If he can't eat, then he ain't trying to fool with me. He's like, man, you got a snack, treat, he may eat, or chew a shoe. You know what I mean? Then but surprisingly enough, he likes my music, so I'll keep him.
That's good. That's good. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that's it. And you know, like I said, back to just giving you your praise. I appreciate it. I appreciate your platform. I do want to one day we can have another in-depth conversation about the what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? And how people can assemble to make change. And you know, whatever else is to be said, you're gonna say it.
So, yeah. I was like, okay, go ahead. Definitely. Also, do you have any shout outs you want to give? You said a few more if you have any.
Yeah, you know, to my brother Sam Savan, my other brother Big Man, my boy Tony Jazzo, my co-host Nicole Adrian, to my lady Ann back there. She's like peeking around the corner. I should bring the camera back there and bust her out. You know. Awesome. So, you know. And she's not she. Just to everybody out there listening, everybody keep your head up. Let's fight the good fight. Let's unite. Let's make sure that we are waking up every day to try to make our lives better and the lives of others. You know, if that's the one thing we can do before we leave this world is try to make sure we help somebody else. You know what I mean? That's my motto. And you can always check out the Aunt Taylor Show. And you can always, yep, social media. There's check out, continue supporting my girl Vero G like I'm going to do. Like I'm going to encourage people on my show to come over and do. And, you know, we might get her on the station a little bit more. You know what I mean? How about like the Vero G recap? You know what I mean? Or the weekend wrap up with Vero G. How's that show sound? You know what I mean?
Cool. That's a nice catch to it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I'll be making shit up. I'll be trying to charge people for it, but it don't always work. But you know what I'm saying? Man, that's $75 for that idea. You gonna sell me an idea? Yeah. So
oh my God. I'm done.
So, you know, yeah, I mean, thank you to everybody who ever watches this or listens to it. And last night was let me say one thing. I talked to this. I was so I'm trying something new. I was on TikTok, and I went live, and there was I actually taped it, but I actually got a recording of it. But the lady on there I was talking to, I think she's like 28, young lady, and she was telling me she was so proud of herself because she just finished her Braille certification. What? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, great, that's excellent. And then somebody else was like, well, what's Braille? And then she goes, well, you know, I just rub my hand across lines across dots and tell you what it says, right? So it's just,
oh my God. And
then I asked her, I'm like, hey, did you ever see the thing on the internet when this guy is like reading Braille, but he's reading a horror story in Braille? And she's like, no. I said, he's like this while he's reading it. And she literally fell out her chair because we were like live, right? She literally fell out her chair. I'm like, well, is it true? It's like, what if you're reading something in Braille and it shocks you? Do you respond the same way? You'd be like, oh!
You know, I gotta say this, right? So, but you know, that's the funniest thing. Like, that's funny, but imagine, like, how do you read a porn, right? Like, the expression, like, I could just imagine.
Oh, they do it. I mean, you know, honestly, I think it's just whatever voice they have in their head anyway is gonna be like translating it. They reading a Harlequin romance, they be like, she touched him where he didn't know where to be touched. Oh, Brad. Who the hell is Brad? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know who Brad is, but let me get back to this book.
It's so interesting.
Nod their head. So yeah, so you never know what people be reading. You know what I mean? They be reading and say, oh, well. You're shaking her head fast and wiggling and shit. You're like, oh, wait a minute.
Like true story, real quickly. Like he was seeing in the train station, you know how people have book covers, and you'd be like, they be saying like the funny book cover titles, and they're like, they're reading that in the train station.
What?
Yeah, they be like Kama Sutra on the train. Like, wait, what?
Oh
like the most honest stuff, you know.
Yeah, you know, it's real weird. So, you know, and what do people do who can't, if they can't see, do they listen to porn? Is it like something that just like is you know what I mean?
I'm done.
You know what I mean?
Huh? That is the first.
I want to listen.
Audio
computer.
Book first, imagine.
Yeah, they'd be like, computer, load Pornhub. You know what I mean? Computer, play sexy redhead, beach black man. I forget how they describe it, but hang on a second. Is everything all right back there?
Oh, I'm so done. That is so funny.
So I'm sorry. So the thing is like it's funny though, but you know, I can just imagine, you know what I mean? I imagine that's what happens because you know these computers can hear everything.
Right.
And if you're blind, it's like, you know what I mean? And if you can't hear, you know, then I guess you can watch and imagine, you know what I mean? The sound.
Oh my God. That is interesting though.
So, you know. Yeah. And you know, it's always an interesting concept. It's something that I would not want to find out. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't want to find out any of this stuff. So, but you know, it's also you know, no disrespect. You know what I mean? They know it's funny. You know what I mean? So you know, the things that go through your mind though, because you brought all this up.
I mean, it was just like the ideas imagining that. It's just weird. Can't make this up.
Exactly. It's like, you know.
Can't make this up. You can't make this shit up. There we go. Let's just say it.
I'm gonna find somebody. I'm gonna actually find somebody who's blind and ask them, you know what I mean? What? Yeah, no, I really am. I'm just gonna ask him, like, you know, how different things relate. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do when, you know what I mean? How do you respond to certain stimuli? You know what I mean? And see what they say. It'd be real funny. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, they can't see a facial reaction, so.
Well, I know what I do, though. I'm gonna tell you, I already said what I would do if I was blind. I'm talking to my computer. You know what I mean? Computer. You know what I'm saying? Load this up. You know. So, you know,
oh my God.
But I mean, you know, the thing is, if you're blind, honestly, then I bet you blind people are the purest people because they don't judge off of looks. They don't have to. You know what I mean? It's nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? It's like people can look any way. You don't have to be attracted to a person's look. You can really be attracted to their mental.
Their personality.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, their personality. It's like, you know, they say, hey, well, I really love a girl that I like her for her personality. Well, you don't have much of a choice because you can't see her. You know what I mean?
God forgive me.
But bro, I seen her, and let me tell you, man, her personality must be real good. So yeah, so I'm sure I'm gonna get some heat for that. But it's all right. I'm unplugged over here. Yeah, I'm unplugged over here. So you know, the things said on this show does not apply to me outside of this show. This is like Las Vegas. What happens here stays here. You know what I mean? You know. Gotcha. So you guys feel free to get Vero's cash app her some cash. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Well, after YouTube sees this video, she may not have a platform either. So
come on
let's
now.
get her paid. let's get let's get her paid. Let's at least pat her pockets a little bit, just in case. Unless, well, when YouTube hears this, because there might be a blind person monitoring it. You know what I mean? So who knows?
God forgive me. You can't make this shit up. Oh my God.
Definitely.
Tell us one more time your social media and also where people can tune in and check out your show.
Okay, so my social media is, I have a couple of them, but the one I go off mainly that combines everything I do is called Meet, MEET _DA, the _creator. I don't know how to spell that. You figure it out. Meet the Creator, and that's mainly on Instagram. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me because I don't really pay attention to the other ones that much. You can listen to the show every week, every day actually, at noon on BayPlayRadio.com, and new shows on Fridays at noon and 8 p.m. And you can hear me on a ton of other stations. If I name one, I have to name them all, and that's impossible. So just Google the Aunt Taylor Show, and you'll see me come up. And you can find me and listen, and even get a hold of me. Call in. I'll prank call your anybody. You know what I mean? I've called people and broken up with them. I've called people and told them good night. I called people and done all kinds of things in prank calls. So on the show, and it's always fun. You know what I mean? And if you pay me enough, I'll call some of my celebrity friends and prank them too. So the celebrity friends is paid, but the non-celebrity friends or your friends is free. So if you got a friend you want me to prank call, I will do it, and we'll have a good time at their expense. All right. So
we'll talk after the show.
So I got a memo that I have a daughter that's like 21 years old. I know you can't believe that. I know you can't believe it. I look so young. Look at this young.
Oh shit.
But the thing is, you know what I mean? The thing is, I heard she was disgusted by some of my commentary in the back. You know what I mean? But you know, how do people think they get here? How do they think they come there arrive on this planet? I don't know. But you know what I mean?
I'm so done.
Got her nerve.
That is so funny.
But you know. Yeah, so that's it. And I do appreciate. I know we might be running over. I appreciate your time. Really, I do. I really do. This was really fun. And I really enjoyed it and had such a good time.
What happened?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm like my dog. I'm like. See, he's still invisible though. Get out of here. Yeah. So yeah. So.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so that's it, you know. And like I tell you, Vero, you're always welcome to come on back and we can have another conversation about what's going on, promote your music, your other stuff you do. You do so much, I know. You know what I mean? And we can always talk about it and just like, you know, keep promoting each other. You know what I mean?
I love that. Appreciate that. Same here.
And I got this little beep button over there that I can beep you because I know you be saying all kind of stuff. So you know what I mean? I'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, Vero G. So Vero, tell me about your day. What? I'm like, is that right? You be like,
you pretty much
I said, yeah, okay. Well, interesting. All right. This is the Aunt Taylor Show. Thanks, Vero G, for coming on, everybody.
You're watching the show much, haven't you? I'm done. Oh my God. You're so on point.
So yeah, that's, you know, this is I just get like this sometimes when I'm with good people. We have good conversation. We have a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Plus, you know, I'm not influenced by anything right now. So you know what I mean? And I'm just having a good time. You know what I mean? It's fun, and I loved being here today. You know what I mean? This is probably exclusive for me because I rarely do this kind of thing, and I really enjoyed it. And I don't think any better person than you to do this with.
Oh, I'm honored.
Right.
I'm honored, and I appreciate that, and thank you for that. Thank you.
And now, I wrote a note. I wrote some stuff in Braille here, but it's very nice. It's about you. And if you look, I'm reading it right now. So you know, look straight. Whoa. We better cut that out. Who wrote that? I wasn't me. Who said those things? The things in those dots.
Exactly.
Dot to dot with Vero G.
Listen, it wasn't me.
Man. Somebody came over here and typed some dots on that paper. I don't know who it was, but I read it. And man, I haven't felt so good in days. So yeah, so there it is, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. And I really appreciate letting you got a chance to meet my dog family and everything like that. And we'll definitely make sure we stay connected. All of you out there in TV, radio, YouTube land, and everything like that, keep coming back for more of this exciting Vero G, because this girl is dope. I watch some of your other shows, by the way.
Thank you.
You be talking too much. You talk too much. Let me stop.
That can't be me.
Like, thank you. I'm like, you need to be quiet. Let your guests speak more. Let me stop.
Oh,
so,
damn. Yeah. But before you go, can you one more time?
You be having some great.
No, it's okay. Before you get out of here, can you just tell us more of the list of curse words you have before? Just let the frustration out. The list you had earlier. Oh Jesus!
Let's see here.
How many pages you got?
I don't know what I did with it, but I got this one has phrase. This motherfucker here. Ignorant son of a bitch. What's the ignorant son of a bitch? How do you, is it like you add up so many ignorant people and they become a son of a bitch? Ignorant son of a bitch. Bitch ass. Well, I ain't gonna say that one.
Oh my god.
No good motherfucker. Wow, look, I mean, look, it's all here. I got curse words all day and night. I got curse catchphrases. Phrases safe enough to say around your mom. No, I'm not gonna read that.
Whoa. Damn.
Okay, this one is things you and your auntie share together. Curse words. No, I'm not gonna say those either. So yeah, so I got a whole book.
Damn.
A whole book of curse things that I prepared. I wrote it, you know what I mean, and I had it ready on standby. So curse words, catchphrases, single curse words, fuck, shit, damn, bitch. You know, all the other normal stuff. I feel good being able to say for the first time without risking any fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, no risk of fines from the AM station. The FCC, they don't care. They don't care about the AM station. They're not the FCC. They only the FNC. That's it. They don't give the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Say, man, you AM, nobody listening anyway. Nobody listening anyway. This is Dirk Dillinger. I'm listening. So, you know,
I'm done. Oh my god, but listen, thank you so much for coming on the show. Just awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. If you guys can't find me out there anymore, that means I've been kicked off of all the other stations, and you can find me on the AM station because they desperate for somebody.
I'm so done.
They desperate. And by the way, make sure you go to Sue's pet store in Manchester to get some products and things like that, because she's one of the sponsors of the AM station.
I'm so done. Shit, let me get a sponsor, okay? Damn. What I gotta do?
Yeah, you know, they be on that station, they be selling them 50-cent spots. For 50 cents, we can rotate you all day throughout. You know, so anyway, Sue, if you're listening, Vero G would love for you to be one of her sponsors on her show. Sue's Pets in Manchester. So I didn't read for her. That's how I remember.
That's what you think of all the free products, man. Oh, God.
Exactly. I'm waiting on Potpourri to call me up because I have some insight, you know what I mean, that I like to share with them, and I can actually really promote them, you know what I mean? You know, Potpourri. But you ever heard of that spray called Liquid Ass?
Yes.
Imagine if someone, just think if someone came to your house and they think they're going to use some potpourri to try to hide some dysfunction that they did in your restroom.
I use that.
You pour liquid ass in the potpourri. So you said you did that?
No, it's a spray, and it's like odorized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of the potpourri covering up the magnificent, the characteristics, the explosive behaviors, now you put liquid ass in there. So when they spray that in there, it is, man,
it's a whole
that right there. Absolutely. Shout out to the makers of liquid ass. You guys have delivered a life-changing experience to me.
All
right.
Well, pretty good. It makes your shit smell floral.
There you go. So now you're talking about the potpourri, yeah. So now you can have the elegance in fragrance of lilac and shit. You know what I mean?
I'm so done. I can't wait.
Don't be fooled by the imitators that just mask the odor. We mix the odor with all natural fragrance.
I'm done. I can't.
Eat clean, people. Eat greens and leafy greens and things like that. And you only got to use half a spray. Okay, so.
Oh my God, I can't.
Somebody get over there and give her the Heimlich maneuver.
No, I've been fighting allergies. That's what I've been going through. So I've been going through it.
Yeah, they're going around. That's why I have these glasses on, because my eyes is bloodshot red. You know what I mean? Just from allergies alone. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go down to Walgreens. I gotta buy me some Zyrtec. And you know. All right.
I can't with you.
Okay, so look.
Yeah.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Thank everybody. This was really great time, really fun. We gotta do it again one day.
Yes, definitely. Very soon, very soon.
And when I come to your city, I gotta use your bathroom. So
I'll be getting some liquid gas.
I'll bring my own. It's like a Southern and his grits. I'll bring my own.
Oh my God, I'm done.
And I'm gonna order the good plate on the airplane. It's like when direct deposit hit your bank account and you can just go ahead. You just give me the number one. Don't give me the burger by itself.
I'm done. I can't with you. I can't.
All right, that's it. Thank you so much.
You welcome.
And peace to everybody. It was real fun. It was pleasurable, and I appreciate it. And reading Braille's is amazing. You know what I mean? And
thank you.
Great conversation. And you're amazing. I appreciate you.
Same here, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming.
Peace out to everybody. Power to the people. To my young lady back there, we're gonna get together and we're gonna have a round table about the going-ons in the world. All right, everybody.
All right. Bye.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
You're welcome. You're welcome. No problem. Awesome, guys. That was amazing. You guys enjoyed it. I have so far. And thank you again for our guest tonight, Emmy-nominated artist, producer, and radio innovator, Aunt Taylor. Thank you so much for coming on the show. So we're going to sum up the show a little bit because we're here for over 2 hours now. But, I love it. We're going to do the special edition Puff Daddy Case Sunday because, like I said, we're running out of time right now. But before we finish up on the show, quickly, let's do celebrity news here quickly on the show. With that said, we're back. Hold on.
Audio Jungle.
All right, guys, celebrity news. Let's get right into the first one because we got to be running quick out of the show. So with that said, let's get real quickly on the first one on celebrity news. I just found this out, I think, just today, actually. Hold on, my bad. I'm sorry. So I just found this out. Her name is Amanda Lewis. If you guys haven't heard about her, she was a big 1990s MTV host. What do you call it? Like they call it vlog or something. I'm not for sure, but Anyway, her name was Amanda Lewis, and she unfortunately died from cancer at the age of 52 years old. But I want to get a quick backstory on her so you get more details on exactly who she is. She is a former MTV video jockey. Amanda Lewis has died at the age of 52 years old. Lewis' sisters, Lakeisha and Maura, announced the news in a Facebook post Wednesday. A quote, unquote, she's free and is in heavenly arms. She wrote alongside a black and white image of Lewis, Lord rest her soul. Lewis rose to prominence around 1997 when she was hired as an MTV VJ hosting fan favorite shows, including Total Request Live and Hot Zone. During her time at the network, she interviewed everyone from the Destiny's Child and NSYNC to Brandy and Britney Spears. She later left MTV to host the Amanda Lewis Show. I remember that. Her own talk show in 2001. The New York Times once was once, she was into that show. Anyway, so yeah, like I said again, the host Amanda Show, and then once the New York Times once called her the hip hop generation's reigning the it girl, as they call it. In 2020, Lewis revealed in a video posted to Instagram that she had been diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. At the time, she said she forgone regular mammograms due to a fear of radiation. I need you to share this with the women in your life who may be as stubborn as I am about my mammograms. And I need you to tell them that they have to do it. Lewis said in her announcement, early detection, especially for breast cancer, changes their outcome. It can save their life. 4 years later, during an interview with CNN's Stephanie William and Sarah Snyder, Lewis said she also ignored her doctor's recommendation by opting out of double mastectomy. Her cancer had, that's sad. Okay, her cancer at that time was still at the time. So she said here, we are not meant to stay here forever. We come to this life, have experiences, and then we go. Lewis wrote in an essay for Essence last year, being real about yourself changes how you choose to live life. I don't want to spend one more minute than I have to suffering unnecessary. That for me is not the quality of life I'm interested in. When it's time for me to go, I want to be able to look back on my life and say, I did that exactly how I wanted to. So that was it for that. Again, rest in peace to Amanda Lewis and her family at this time, going through this time. And I just hope the best. Her family, going through the situation at hand. All right, so next on celebrity news. This chick is interesting. So we go to one situation to another, and this is Sabrina Carpenter. As you guys know, she's the it girl right now in the scene, in the entertainment industry as an artist. As you guys know, she's done many great songs. That's Espresso, and the list goes on. Songs that she got nominated, I think, for a Grammy. I believe actually won a Grammy. So with that in mind, let's get into her quickly because I saw her Rolling Stone cover, which I'm not too fond of. I'll say that in a bit. I'm not going to show a picture of it because it's nudity and we're on YouTube, so we can't, unfortunately, show that on here on the show. But with that said, I'm going to show you guys. Not actually, sorry for me. I'm trying to get the notes here. Just trying to get the information for you guys here about the background of that. Of her cover, because apparently she has an album coming out, I think in June, and I think that's this month. I think June, to make sure. I think so, yeah. So I just want to give you guys the appropriate information about this cover that she's done, and that's done. Okay, here we go. So it says here the Grammy winner also shared an image of the album cover alongside a caption which showcases her kneeling in a black mini dress and black heels as a man cut out of the photo grabs her blonde hair. Now, we know that if you didn't see the video of the show, if y'all didn't see the photo, I'm not going to explain to you. It's kind of giving her doing fellatio on a guy, but you got to see the picture yourself. Also, next one says, ahead of announcing her forthcoming LP, Carpenter released its lead single, Man Child, which will be on Thursday, June 5th. Actually, that's already passed. She states here, I'm living in the glory of no one hearing it or knowing about it, and so I cannot care. Carpenter said of her forthcoming album, I cannot give a fuck or peep about it because I'm just so excited. One day before the cover story went live, Carpenter surprised music fans by announcing the release of her 7th studio album, Man's Best Friend. On Wednesday, June 11th, the album drops on August 29th, 2025. Also, it's coming in August, okay? She also explained how the criticism aligns with her, what she's finds to be a time where women cannot be picked apart more. She's scrutinized in every capacity, adding, I'm talking about every female artist that is making art right now. It's something that keeps coming back, she added. We just have to grow thicker skin, but They don't have to learn how to shut their mouths. Damn. I have find it irony and humor in all of that because it seems to be a new recurring theme, she added. I'm not upset about it. They're other than I feel mad or pressure to be funny sometimes. They're like all that does is sing about this, she expressed, but those are songs that you made popular. It's killing you have love sex. You're obsessed with it, and it's my show. Carpenter added, there are so many more moments than the Juno positions that those are the ones you post every night and comment on. I cannot control that. If you come to the show, you also hear the ballads. You hear the more introspective numbers, she noted. This is crazy. While Carpenter fans are eager to see what the next tour will be bringing, others has shamed her for the performance. But Carpenter told Rolling Stone, it's always so funny to me when people complain. Now, I want to add to this quickly. On the cover, I can't show it, like I said, we're on YouTube. But on the cover, you see the Rolling Stone cover. It's basically her nude. She's all fully nude, and she has like shoes or something. And I'm like, this is just sex exploitation to the fullest. Like, you're a female artist in the industry. That's great. You want to look sexy, and that's cute. But don't go fully nude. You know, what are you leaving? That's to the imagination to a man. I'm just saying. But it states here that the 26-year-old musician's more explicit reenactments don't end there. During her song Betchem, she ends the performance on a heart-shaped bed with behind a curtain and stage sex for the male dancers. This is what I'm talking about. Anyway, the song is notable, named after the 2017 pregnancy film on the same name, and the song so bluntly sings, I might let you make me Juno, but she takes that lyric either further on her tour, and she acts out different sex positions on every stop of her tour. My God. She's singing, want to try out some freaky positions? Have you ever tried this one? The Grammy-winning musician also spoke about, that's the way she was talking about Rolling Stone and everything. So, I don't know. I mean, to me, how do you guys feel about that? Because I just personally don't like the fact that she's going all out and basically looking like a whore. I'm being honest with you guys, ladies and gents, who's watching the show right now. There's a way to look respectful as a woman. And I think you portraying yourself in the media or a certain light, people are going to see you that way. So if you... And I heard stories where families actually went to go see her show, and there were little girls watching this while she was performing certain sexual acts on her show, on her tour. And a lot of mothers and fathers were not very upset or scared about this whole situation at hand. So again, guys, it's unfortunate with that young lady, and I just hope she realized what she's really doing, even though she's young and she's doing what she got to do in the business, but it's a way of doing it, All right, last but on celebrity gossip before we get out of here, guys. Oh man, my feet is killing me. Hold on. What has happened? This mouse is weird. All right, a quick recap on the BET Awards this year. Listen, salute to everyone who won. From Doechii to my God, who else? Glorilla, if I said it correctly. It was amazing. They had the beautiful legends. I mean, they had the Legend Icon Awards. Mariah Carey received one. First time ever getting a BET Awards, by the way. She looked fantastic. She did a great performance. Jimmy Fox also got an Icon Award. Big shout out to him. This year, I think the BET Awards did amazing. The performers were great. Had great hosts on there. They had the 15-year anniversary, I think I'm mistaken, of BT, Winter Six Park, something like that. They had the reunion. Roski wasn't there, and I think another person was there, AJ. But the rest of everybody else, the cast, the past were there. From Free, and the list goes on. So it was great to see that, and just great to see the winners that did amazing, and the performances, and the list goes on. You have to watch it, but that's just a quick sum up of the recap. If you missed it, don't worry, you can watch it on BET Her or on BET On Demand. So definitely go check out the show. It's really worth it. It's amazing. I would just say, just watch it. I want to spill a tea on it, but furthermore, it's definitely worth watching it if you haven't had a chance to go watch it with that in mind. So before we get out of here, guys, I'm going to do a quick thing. You know how we do on the show here. We're going to do a quick, as you guys know, this is the month of Men's Health Awareness Month, right? So with this, it's a small clip we're going to play. And it talks about, there's a news report about this, and it's a person that's, I think, a professional, I think a doctor, so that's going to talk about this matter. So we're going to take a quick break on the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show with your host, Vero G, and we're going to play this real quickly, and then we're going to close out with music break, and then we're out of here. So we'll be right back.
National Men's Health Week, and mental health is a big part of that. While anyone can experience depression or anxiety, men often tend to avoid seeking help. Research from Compare the Market shows half of American men have suffered from poor mental health. More than 3/4 of them say they wouldn't talk about it because they're too embarrassed or because of the stigma surrounding men's mental health. About 1/4 say they've experienced suicidal thoughts.
Oftentimes we see men kind of escape from whatever it is that's bothering them. So whether it's more time at work or losing themselves in some sort of project or watching sports or something like that, but to an unhealthy level where they're kind of ignoring whatever the problem is.
While many signs of depression and anxiety in men and women overlap, men will often experience headaches or other physical symptoms as well. To keep mental health in check, Dr. Borland says men need to identify friends or family members that they're comfortable sharing with. Writing or journaling can be another effective way to get those difficult emotions out there. And if feelings of depression or anxiety become overwhelming, there is no shame in getting help from a mental health professional.
Yeah, so we talk about each month awareness of the show. So I hope this was informative for you guys on here to see this, and I hope this could be any help to any men out there watching now or later on about it's okay to talk to a doctor, it's okay to get the help. Don't feel ashamed, don't feel like it's a stigma. It's not. These times you need to take care of your health, mental health, your all type of health, and not only for men, for women as well. But I'm just saying for this month, particularly focus on the men's health awareness month on this show. So also, like I said, we're going to take a quick music break, and after that, we're going to close out of here. Again, chat is open now to all watching later on. And if you would like to express your concern or would like to say anything about the show or just want to also support the show, you're more than welcome to do so on here on the show. So with that in mind, we're going to do a quick music thing here. Before we do that, again, you can follow me on my Instagram, which is @officialVeroG. Also, quickly, July issue, we got submission deadline, which is next week. If you'd like to submit on the magazine submission, hit me up on my Instagram, which I just showed you right now. Well, that's said and done. Also, we got a few slots left for this month in June for the show here. So if you want to contact me, I already showed you on Instagram, or you have me on Facebook. And if you'd like to be a guest on this show, let's make it happen. You could be on here and make it happen. Okay? Yes. So as you said before, we're gonna take a quick break on here. And again, we're gonna play some great tunes for you guys. Big shout out to Real Lyrics Productions or Real Lyrics. His album is officially out now. It's called Evolution Volume 1. We're sorry. And we're playing his song right now called No Hope featuring I'm tired. Real Lyrics featuring Vero G. You're like, who is it now? And then we have two amazing other artists we're gonna be playing right now after that. And one's called Newcomb D Love. I forgot it's called Call for Me, Calling Me, something like that. We're playing his video, and also we're gonna play another amazing song back to after that. So again, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. You're not leaving yet after we play music. So we'll be right back. With that said and done. So with that and more, this thing is weird. I don't know. I'm trying to work with this mouse here. It's weird. I'm used to the mouse clip, It's like, what's going on here? Damn it. All right, guys. Again, we'll be right back. It's your girl, Vero G. Stay tuned.
No, no change. Violence every day. What can I say? No, no change. Hard to do. His praise to make it through.
They say church is a safe place. What about them 4 girls? Got the light taken away in the Bama church. I look at the world different while we walking through it. Visitors taking pictures at big buildings that got your liberty. Don't know nothing about the history, about this crooked land. The beast is still watching. We never been free.
fuck praying to the Lord. We're in the worst time. Can't you hear any niggas rhyme? Always killing all the time. Another body getting stuffed in the box like it's holiday Christmas. Sinners pass and look around like it's New Year. Jehovah passing watchtowers, preaching. Say the world is going to be in the better place, like it's paradise. But my eyes don't see what your eyes, my eyes see hell.
No.
Singing to the Lord, wanna make it home safe on these deadly streets. When in Houston lied to us and said the kids is the future. Where's that? All them 80 babies killing us. We're by the days they talking about. All I see is hearses, going to graveyard site and bury more coffin. Got with young boys wearing dresses and makeup that come to ruin their own skin. This generation is lost. I'm teaching my young ones not to be brainwashed. And there's no hope in this youngster. Wanna be gangster, raised up and in the broken family. So you got no choice to walk with my automatic weapon to survive in this hopeless world.
No, change. Violence every day. What can I say? No change. Hard to do. His pray to make it through.
Trends.
It's the GGG from LIB, and today we're going to promote the hottest Liberian artist in Liberia, from Liberia, Nuka De Love, and his new single, Call On Me. In these corona times, we all need someone to call on. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what they say? And they say that COVID-19, they say that picking 19, eh? That picking is not 19. That man a real warlord, just like Prince Johnson and Charles Taylor number 9. The man strong past Charles Taylor said. The man killing the whole world now. So, y'all take time with all the COVID. That picking is not 19. That picking a 45-year-old Panaman. So, it's your GGG. Enjoy Call On Me by Nuka De Love.
Nuka De Love, yeah. Nuka De Love, yeah. Nuka De Love, yeah. Bang to the west, bang to the east, bang to the north. Nuka De Love, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nuka De Love, yeah. The way that you talk, way that you walk. Every time I see you, girl, make me fall in love. Fall in love. More and more. Time that we spend, the thing that we said, I know that we met. Girl, I'm glad I found you. Girl, I'm glad I found you. I ain't gon' never go nowhere. I'll always be right there. Right there. Anything you need, you can call on me. Call on me, call on me. Call on me, call on me. Call on me. Call on me. We gon' party out on till 6 a.m. You my blessing from heaven, yo. You my blessing from heaven, yeah. You my blessing from heaven, yo. I'ma hold you down forever, oh. Don't listen to your friend, what they say to you. Girl, I'm here to hold you down. I ain't gon' never go nowhere. I'll always be right there. Anything you need, you can call on me. Call on me, 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 call on me. Call me anytime. Call me anytime. Call me. Call. You can call me anytime, girl. My baby, my baby, my baby, my baby. You can call me anytime. You can call me anytime. My baby, my baby, my baby. Yeah. You can call me my lover. You can call me anytime. I ain't gon' never go nowhere. I'll always be right there. Anything you need, you can call on me. Call on me, 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 call on me. Call me anytime, girl. My baby, my baby, my baby.
Yes. Listen, I like the vibe to that. Big shout out to Nuka De Love. It was called Call on Me. That was big shout out to him. He's one of my big supporters too. I was like, let me show some love and play his joints. That was really dope. Check that out and just support him. Again, also, like I said again, big shout out to Real Lyrics on his album that's out now. It's called Evolution Volume 1. So that's already out. We'll support that. I believe it's on Spotify, YouTube, all those other platforms. I think that's pretty much it, yeah, for the most part. So yeah, but again, just support everybody. They're doing their thing, big shout out to everyone. Big shout out to our guest for tonight. Big ups to him. Emmy-nominated artist, producer, radio innovator, Ant Taylor. Big shout out to him. And check out his show. It's called The Ant Taylor Show. As you mentioned, it's available on Bay Play Radio, also on other platforms, on online radio stations, also on other stations he mentioned as well. That's available on that as we speak. So this Sunday, we're supposed to talk today because we had so much time. We had a little time. We had to get everybody on here. We're going to talk Sunday, a special edition of the show. We're going to have just alone the Puff Daddy case. So it's so much. Oh my God, so much, right? You don't even know. So I'm going to update you guys on that and the case. Yes, make sure. This mouse is so weird. I'm sorry. Trying to figure this whole thing out. It's weird. I'm used to having the mouse. It's like the hand, like the last time you get the mouse thing, it sucks. Anyway, with that in mind, like I said, Sunday, guys, tune in for the Vero G Spot Radio Show. Your host, Vero G, in the building. So again, we'll be talking about exclusively the Puff Daddy case and updates on that since last week. So I'm going to update you guys on that. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you all. Have a great weekend in advance. And I'll see you again this Sunday. Stay tuned with your girl, Vero G, in the building. God bless you all. Have a great night. And you know how we're doing the show here when we close out. So with that in mind, I'll see you Sunday, everybody. Sunday. All right, we out. Take care.
That it's plus size woman you're doing it, and I'm like,
Hood Baby.
but why can't you do it? And she's like, well, Mom, like, I'm not pretty enough. And she was very pretty, and I was like, but you are. And she's like,
and we just sit back and vibe to
I have this,
and when we was hearing it, like
body and these stretch marks, and I'm like,
up,
and
got the amazing Maroon 5.
Someone came up to me on the show, and like, I could never do this. I had surgery on my neck and I have this scar, and I'm like, and I said,
you know what I'm saying?
To me, scars show what we survived. They're a badge of honor.
Came out and brought a little vibe to it. Honestly.
It's not a flaw.
You know,
it
just a
makes
little
you
turn
unique.
up
It says,
because I know
hey,
my
I did
first
this,
project
I
came
accomplished this, I
more
lived
subtle.
through it,
You
and
know,
I'm
it
better
came more
for it.
subtle
So
because it was around
you know,
February,
that's
Valentine's. You got the
what
love,
I
you got the
really
pain. People
predominantly
want to break us
love
around
to
that time
share with
frame as well
people,
too.
and
So you know, this time
just
around
bring
where
that awareness, because I'm I'm plus size. I'm going out there, I'm doing this stuff. All eyes are on me when I'm
really
doing the
honestly
stuff,
like when
and
our songs come about,
I
like
still
we'll
struggle
hear a beat
sometimes. I remember going to
and we
one New
just
York
sit back and
Fashion Week.
vibe
I
to it.
had
And when we was hearing it, like with the
imposter
way the beat is
syndrome, and I
set up,
told
you know
this
what I'm
girl
saying, got the
who's
amazing
pretty well known
Maroon
model, and I'm
5,
like,
you know what I'm saying,
I
that
feel like
White
I don't
Jagger. So, you
belong
know, that
because you would
song
have
was
all
real
these
smooth, and
billboards,
I
and
could
either
see
they
we
would be
both could see
younger or
ourselves
like
smooth